I'm so proud of you guys. No stupid jokes to start the session.
I'm too tired for that.
There would have been if you started earlier.
So, after the death of a dangerous hag in the northern Mistweald Wild Swamps outside of Lenore, you were transported to the Shadowfell, where everything was awful and horrible and nothing enjoyable existed ever again.
Alright.
Each day seemed to bring about new trials, tribulations, and mental torture as you continued throughout trying your best to find some sort of exit and hoping that following the path would find you something. And it did find you something. It found you Ishri, a strange elven woman who was the first not completely crazy thing that you had found since arriving. So with the Ceresians in tow and a new ally, you found your way to something known as Garath's Domain, a portion of the wilds inside of Lenore's borders in the Shadowfell, controlled by what turned out to be some sort of undead or shadowed beholder. It was a long and arduous battle in which it commanded hundreds of undead to slow your progress and weaken you. But eventually, with the help of a vague idea of a ritual that Lokar told you about, you were able to succeed. And in doing so, you were all dragged through this strange, sludgy portal, arriving back in Lenore, near where the portal was opened in that cave. Unfortunately, things did not go completely to plan, as on this early morning, the 27th, Rom's birthday, you brought back something else with you. Ishri herself. And while she had a semi-mental breakdown about what the hell was happening, you said your goodbye to the Ceresians, the survivors, who were intent on going to try and find Marquez at the original meeting place, and hoped that by doing so they could tell him what has been learned, what has been told. So, as the sun begins to rise over the mountains and the shadows of the Mistweald Wilds give way to a hot, humid Lenorian summer day, I will ask unto you all. Mari, Evian, Liliana, Owen, Ishri, Rom, Simon, and Walker. What are you guys doing?
I believe we're watching the Ceresians leave and considering what to do next.
Yep.
I think as the sun begins to rise, you all see Ishri, who's kind of been like, she kind of walked away, was kind of pacing back and forth, and she healed someone for a second. And as the sun begins to rise, she's like, what is that?
Man, it's the sun.
Is something on fire? Is it, and she's going to watch as she blinks her eyes really slowly and then pops them open, and her pupils are gone and her eyes are glowing. And she's cast Detect Magic, and she's like looking around, like furiously trying to figure out what the fuck the sun is and what's going on.
Oh, honey, you got a lot to learn about this place. It's normal. It happens every day.
Amari will attempt to explain the sun.
If Amari fails,
Does
Simon.
that include?
Yeah, I'm actually curious. How does Amari explain the sun?
You can't just say you do that.
Can
Walker
Simon
jumps
just
really
listen in?
high and like levitates crocodiles towards him for food.
Hey, while you're at it, can you get us a dry place to camp too? Can you just declare that?
I can't.
Yeah, hang on.
Just declare
Walker's the
McDonald's down the street.
Walker's their banner now. He creates.
I can't. I just need 11 minutes, and I can make us a dry place to sleep.
No, you can't. That's not how that
Yes, I
works.
can.
You don't change the ground.
Maybe.
Anyway, I am actually curious on how someone explains the sun to someone.
Well, he'd like go over and like try to calm her down. So it's this light that's in the sky. Not sure how far away it is, but it's hot and it's normal, and it won't hurt us as long as you don't stand in the sun all day. Then you'll get sunburned.
If Mari didn't tell her not to stare into the sun, Simon will mention not to look into the sun.
Well, yeah, don't do that.
Her eyes.
You'll burn your eyes.
Eyes do that because her eyes are like cat-like, and so right now the pupils are probably like just like razor thin right now, and she's like trying to look at it to like figure out what it is, but also like squinting away because it hurts too much.
No, stop! Like, put his arms in the way to like prevent her from staring at the sun for too long.
I've heard of it, but I don't exactly have this. Where I'm from, I'm much better in the dark. Oh,
Yeah, it's a lot brighter and more colorful in the light, though.
Yeah, I guess that's. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, not only what the sun is, but just what the actual fuck is going on, and why I'm here. What are we doing? What is happening?
Good question.
I mean, based off the information we got, kind of change of plans.
Certainly need to consider our next steps. As far as what we're doing, as far as what you're doing as well.
Me?
Well, if you wanted to go home, I would have no way of... No, I don't know if any of us would have any way of helping with that. I'm sure we could find out something, but...
Yushri's had a little time to think, and she kind of like takes a deep breath and like breathes in and out for a second and goes, I think that you were all put in front of me by Nariho for a reason, and I think I should stay with you and I guess observe. I mean, maybe this is my calling, my what will become an ember. Yes, maybe this is the information I need to gather. I will observe you all, continue to help you all. Yes. Unless anyone knows the way back.
One way or the other. You need to know a lot if you're going to be here. You shouldn't mention Nurio. Talking like that around here can get you in serious trouble.
Why can't I mention this?
Don't mention any other religion at all. You sure?
Don't cast magic.
Don't cast magic?
No.
Why not?
People here are real backwoods about that.
Simply using
then-
magic is enough to have people hunt you.
But everyone can use. So you just. It'd be like everyone cutting off their own hand just for their own sake of it. What?
Not everyone can.
It doesn't make sense, but it's just how it is.
Oh. Okay. She's like definitely processing some of this real slowly.
Can Simon make a roll to go over the history of Lenore with her?
Let me put it this way. We were in a place far to the south some time ago. It's where we met. There was a magic user there who would put on a show every year. There's a group known as the Red Band that saw fit to sack the entire town just searching for her.
Just because she put on a light show.
But all of you use magic.
No.
Very expertly, even.
I do not
Simon
use magic.
would hold out his writ. Because we got these, we can use them. I mean, to a certain extent. Some
There
of
were
us
those
can.
who were allowed to use magic here, those affiliated with the government, those affiliated with the church.
Well, then I would just go to the council, and I will tell them the situation, and I'll be allowed to use magic. It's easy.
Walker
What
kinda
council
like
is that?
shakes his head.
Uh,
That's not a very good idea. You'll most likely be conscripted as maybe a son's chosen, sent to fight Gar.
The cultist.
really is barbaric. Really true.
Another thing, while you're here, refer to Simon as Onyx.
He said that. Why?
Long story, Ishri. I can explain that later on the way. Just wanted by the people.
You also need to keep from mentioning magic, especially what they can do.
Okay, so I can't mention magic. I can't mention Simon. I can't mention Nariko. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do this. If this is the challenge that is placed in front of me, I can do it. Yes. If this is his path.
Also, Ishri, do you have any magical items on you?
She reaches into her bag, which is kind of just a sack, and she pulls out she kind of goes through and she pulls out a little bit more harpy. There's a bear trap in there, and that's about it.
So no.
No, I was never given magical items. It was deemed unnecessary.
We'll find that Lenore is a safer place than where we were before, but it has its own dangers.
It's a bit hostile to outsiders, sort of like the Shadowfell was to us.
Oh. There are none that look like me here, right? Yes?
No.
No?
If anyone asks you where you're from, you'll need to avoid the question, or think of a good answer.
I could just do this, and she, looks around, make sure there's no one else around us in the middle of this, wherever we are.
In the middle of this fucking swamp with no one!
The swamp assumes it's fine. And you see her do the same thing she did with the undead, where she cast the Sky Self. And you see her become basically a human version of Ishri. That's kind of basically an average of all of you, because you're the only human she's ever seen. So, her build and the armor is the same, and her hair is still, tied half up and that. But, her features, she's definitely made them more human. Her eyes are, whatever the average of all of your eye colors is, basically. She's basically made herself an average-looking human.
Walker looks over to Simon. I can be detected, can it?
Then that could be detected, can it?
Yeah.
It's a disguise self-spell, yeah, it can.
Yeah, I made sure. Yeah, Walker.
You might want to not do that then.
I mean, she'll be fine in smaller towns, more than likely.
Well, I'd like to remind you what happened to Owen in a small town.
You're right.
Very true.
Alright.
We'd best get her a hooded cloak or something like that.
That'd be a good start. If anyone asks you why you look different, you could say it's rude or something.
Oh, Amari, what about faraway places? Why couldn't she just say she was from somewhere far away and all her people look like that?
Well, I know of any place where they might look like Ishri.
It doesn't even have to. It doesn't even have to be a place where they might look like East Ray. It has to be a place that is so far away from where we currently are that most people just wouldn't even. They'd be like, "Oh, okay."
Volkesians are the farthest people away, right?
Volkesians and thereabouts, especially if you wanted to drag it even further, you could go with Jandal.
Yeah,
which
just say you're from
yeah.
the Volkesian and Peninsula, is it?
No, it would be the Volkesian... Well, it was the Volkesian Empire. It's not really anymore.
Yeah, I didn't know what name to give it. I just knew it was Volkesian something. The Volkesian land?
Volkesian Empire.
Yes, Volkesian Empire, easy.
Yeah.
So far away. I haven't even been there yet. But I can speak it if I ever do.
Does anyone know
No, I
anything
don't.
about that place? That's certainly not me.
I'm gonna shake
Would
his head.
Simon know anything about that, Ben?
Give me a history
Yeah,
check.
would
I thought I spoke
anybody- would
Volkesian, but I lied. I do not speak Volkesian.
Amari, even though Amari in character has pointed out that he can speak Volkesian.
Can
No,
I
take it back.
too, please,
Yeah, go ahead.
Father?
Go ahead.
Father! Father, please!
You both know that at one point it was a very secluded but seemingly powerful empire, but something happened a while ago and it fell apart. Rom, you would know that it had something to do with this strange blizzard and stories of death and creatures coming from it that brought the empire to its knees and broke down its borders, allowing people to come and go again. But along with that was the death of a lot of its citizens.
Perfect.
Well, I mean, I don't know that much, but
Then as
I
long as
don't
we
know
don't,
that that's not true. So
as long as we don't run into any anyone who knows about it, she'll probably be fine.
Mm-hmm.
As long as she doesn't make a fuss.
Or we can just say she has a rare skin condition.
It's best not to specify things like that.
It's an idea.
A backup plan, in case anyone presses me.
And... Yeah, voicing.
Oh no, that's perfect. You know, if they press you, I could just say, you know, oh, excuse me, I'm a doctor and this woman's my patient. How dare you press me? She's traveling with me so I can keep an eye on her.
And if all else fails, you can just... I can be your translator.
Oh, mate, like
You just
Henry
pretend
and-
not to speak Lenorian.
Aye. That's good.
I know you don't like to speak it.
Wouldn't she have to speak to tell them that she's Volkesian?
I mean, she could just say the
you
word, right?
know,
Well, she's...
Then she would have to understand their question.
Well, that's where I would come in and be like, oh, I'm her translator, let me tell her.
And just speak common then. Elder Amari already knows it. I mean, I could just speak common then.
Alright.
Are you really prepared to stick with calling him Elder Omari?
He's the youngest of the group, the lowest wisdom, obviously wise Elder Amari.
I'm sure she'll catch on soon enough.
You should also refrain from calling him that here. Though we seen it's odd that you're calling the youngest of us Elder.
I mean, you can do it in private, I guess, if you want.
Is he actually?
We don't
Oh
need to talk
my.
about your fetish.
Listen, no, it's not like. Amari gets flustered.
Somewhere
It's not like
very
that.
far away, Sirius has a real urge to butt into a stupid conversation right now.
Oh,
What is he scrying on us?
Oh. No, he's just got a sixth sense for
he's-
stupidity.
Yeah, his
His
not like
bullshit
that.
meter is going off.
I just think it's. I've not been given titles, really, so it's just nice to have one, I guess.
You could have had the title for a horse and carriage.
Listen. Listen. Okay, that was too much responsibility at the time. We don't even have the horse and carriage anymore.
Well,
We should
speaking of
probably
horses,
talk about that.
It's been what? 7, 8 days?
Thereabouts.
Say we got lost going gator hunting. We went to a different track that we weren't used to and got lost.
If anyone goes, they'll need to be careful. After one of their ships being set on fire, they might take guests a little bit different.
Well, if they suspect us, we could just have a soul strider relieve us of doubt.
What are you talking about?
We are. If you are talking about,
Oh, I think you know exactly what I'm talking about.
we are already.
Walker just like
very-
glances at like glances at Simon.
We are very.
No,
He's
one
talking
soul
about
strider.
Lokar.
Lokar. You can
Has he
ask
helped us
Lokar.
enough?
Well,
Can't
I
even
mean-
speak to him until I get.
Speaking
Look at that
personally,
head.
I owe him a lot.
We all owe him very much.
That
at this
that was
point.
before any of the rest of this.
yeah, I know, but couldn't hurt to ask, at least.
Oh, it's good hurt.
The worst we have to do is more work for him that we would do anyway, because we have to do work for him because he helped us out.
You can't go calling him every time you're in a pickle.
Besides, there's a lot of other people I'd like to talk to before I talk to Lokar again.
There's a lot
Alright.
needs to be done. Said now that we have, now that we know what we know. Dragonheart Alliance attacking the north. That's a scary thought.
I think we should probably leave before that happens.
It might
Or
be
help
best
from inside.
for us to become like the Scions.
I mean that, but not crazy.
They're not crazy.
You know what I mean? Not jumping random people.
Not committing banditry.
Simon not the Walker. Talking about getting intel from the inside, communicating to them.
How would we communicate it to them?
Points at Owen.
I don't aim to stay, Simon.
It's just a thought.
Yeah, I'd rather not be here while the entire country is getting
Okay.
attacked from two sides.
Then, how about in a few days, Owen, we contact. I'm blanking on his name.
Marquez.
Yeah. We contact Marquez. We start heading back. We find a place to meet them because they're gonna meet up with them at. I forget the fucking town. I'm just so frustrated out. You're someone. Arya, sorry. And talk to him. Find a new place to meet him. And we can go from there, possibly.
I suppose.
If
but
we
Cut out
we
the
don't
horses and stuff.
get the horses from the fort, there'll be more suspicion on the heads of those who visited previously.
Especially after what happened the day after we were there.
If you guys want
Day
to go
after?
get. Go on, Ron.
that was when we made the crossing.
Alright. If, and at that, we were all seen as known associates by those investigators, they'd be able to put, well, 4 and 2 together, 4 and 3 together. Now we all associate with each other.
Well, if we're going back to Fort Siege, I'd rather stay back.
Well, that's fine. They They don't know you, Simon. They don't know you were there.
Only investigators know.
Aye, but if we show up
Still,
and we can somehow convince them that, I don't know, that we didn't leave the country or attack them or whatever, it might go a long way to stop any kind of investigations.
Maybe.
Well,
It-
we kind of proved we were fairly inept when we dropped the horses off, considering the story we told them to leave the horses there. So,
Yeah, maybe I could try to fast talk our way through it.
Well, like it was said, they'll be on higher alert now that they were attacked. And if Evian was seen, obviously he can't go with us.
And what would you say if they asked of me?
got eaten by an alligator.
or
I
maybe
don't
if-
think they're
He
going
couldn't
to
have gotten
believe that.
eaten by a gator because his face was seen.
I mean, maybe he wasn't part of us, possibly.
He went into the fort with us.
I mean, yeah, but maybe I don't know. We can hatch up a plan where he was faking to be our friends or something to leave, and he destroyed the ship and he got away.
I suppose we
Or
could.
maybe we could take an item off of him, like his shirt, and bring it in as we killed him or something.
Well, we couldn't have killed him because again they saw his face.
Yeah, but then we went on our way, right? After that, we kept going.
I think the idea of him betraying us is probably the more believable one.
What I'm trying to get at.
It directs him away. If he betrayed us and robbed us, left us for dead in the swamps, and fled to the wilds, then if they believe us. That means Evian's still out beyond the fort.
Yeah, we could say that's, he even used us. We could say he was the one who suggested we go leave the horses there. And then we realized later it was because he was trying to, scope it out. He used us, and we feel so terrible about it.
And
That
I
could be
don't
a
suppose
plan.
we, don't exactly look better for wear. What kind of motions around to the group at large?
Simon
I
is
mean-
Simon in clean clothing, completely clean. Yeah.
Simon's completely clean, and the rest of us are just covered in filth.
Simon might be clean, but he's also still looks like shit physically,
Yeah,
which is
true,
actually a
true.
weird dichotomy.
I'm gonna
He's living that wizard
gonna-
life.
just gonna scratch behind my head and sneakily cast prestidigitation to make him slightly dirty.
We love
Well,
that.
we don't need...
Now he's dirtier.
I mean, I'm not going up to that no matter what you guys want. I'm not approaching Fort Siege.
Well, I think the
Oh,
only
he's
ones who
asking
need
you
to
to.
go is me...
Oh boy,
No, the ghosts are getting
Police are
louder,
looking for Ben.
more brazen.
they're coming for you.
Oh,
What did you
listen.
do?
I live near multiple hospitals.
She
what do you
broke
want
into the
from me?
country.
They're already after us.
Listen,
Fort
technically
Siege.
we didn't break in unless you count the fabric of the universe as breaking and entering.
Lenore would.
For some time, Walker hasn't participated in the conversation. At this point, he is staring off towards the southwest.
You okay, Walker?
I'm just wondering if it's even worth going to the fort at this point, or if it's even worth staying here.
Hmm.
The country's going to be invaded.
Now's the time to tell your family.
I just don't know if I'll be able to convince my dad that that's a good choice.
Well, I'm gonna go to see my uncle, so I'm willing to help if you want to get the horses back. I'm willing to stay and help for that, but after that, I need to go home.
Mari's family are in the same place.
If we could get the horses, we could get there faster.
But then what stops them from just grabbing us all, or you guys, I should say?
Well, the idea is that suspicion is
Diverted.
exactly.
But what if it
We
isn't?
didn't do it. Well,
It's over to Walker. Lenore's a crazy place. They just do what they want.
If
You all know
want the
that.
risk at this point.
We can just skip this all and just keep going, head south around Aria, and just keep heading.
If we don't show our faces, then won't they put out bounties for us?
yeah, it'd be best to talk first.
If you think that's the smartest idea, then go ahead.
Long term.
I can just think that can go south very quick.
Is our plan long term to stay in the country?
Marquez
Yeah, you're
said
right,
that
Evian.
it would take a month to have the ship that would pick you up on Evian. But with what Dan, was it Marcus? Was that the other guy? The cousin?
Marco.
Yes.
Marco.
Marco.
Fuck. What Marco said. Marquez giving up his identity here and sailing for Garland right away.
It's possible.
I guess it all depends on if Marquez has already left or if he's still there waiting. Marquez is there waiting, picks up Marco and the others. Well, that might be the end for that investigator. They might be heading off already.
What, the end is in... the killer?
Possibly.
I suppose they'd have a head start. She wouldn't be missed for a few days, maybe even a week.
Walker nods. And then Marquez would be gone and we would still have the month to wait for the others. Though if that did happen, that would, that would prevent myself and Simon from being found as easily. Though it still wouldn't help the rest. It's all speculating anyway.
Well, you know him better than any of the rest of us do.
Like I said, I don't know Marquez that well. I just had an arrangement with him from a long time ago.
I would hope that after everything and what we've been through with the people we were sent to save, that he wouldn't go back on his word.
Doubt he will. But we still might have to wait a month for the other ship to come get you.
I'd rather not be hunted for a month, if it's all the same.
I suppose you don't have to be. I mentioned the Scions before. They have a hidden fort, hidden from the eyes of Lenore.
What, do you think no one's going to see us if we walk all the way down to the Scion's compound?
There's a lot of wilderness between Dreswood, Darris, Osjiglin, Fort.
Got to get Fergus too.
Is he still in Starshore?
As far as I know. Didn't say he was going to be leaving anytime soon.
I suppose you could always meet up with him. You do have that magic to speak with him.
Owen kind of pinches the bridge of his nose for a second and then looks back. Can't do it that much.
Well, who all do you need to speak to? Marquez, and who else? I know there's other people you wish to speak to, Owen, but I guess it depends on what's most important to you.
It's not the decision I'm looking forward to.
Well, let's focus on other decisions now. We can try to find a place to rest, recuperate. We'll need rations. So, as soon as we're done talking, I'm gonna go hunting. Then we need to decide if we're heading towards the fort or towards Aria. About a day and a half either way.
All right. So, you guys have a plan, relatively. It is mid-morning, like 8, 9 a.m. It is getting very hot. The smell of a hot swamp is overwhelming.
Has Ishri ever felt humidity before?
Probably not.
I mean, the closest is probably just, like, being indoors with heat.
I would really like to go walk around for a bit. And I can either find us a place to set up, or I can go hunting. At the end of the day, it's all the same, right? So even if I've not been here before, I can still find us a place to be.
We're in a swamp. There'll be no easy place for us to sit down. But if you want to come hunting with me, you can do that.
I'd like to do something. Yes, please.
Right. Well, you guys keep talking. Money Tree. Walker kind of starts walking off, pulls out his box of bolts, pulls out like the 4 he has left after that fucking fight, sighs to himself, and keeps going.
She casts this guy's self on herself to make her look like an undead. We are going after harpies then? Or perhaps there are undead creatures to clear.
You've no need.
Yes?
There's no reason for that here. We'll be hunting crocodiles.
No, you don't know, Ishri. No fucking idea.
Sure. Yeah, can you explain to me what a crocodile is, please?
Reptilian, leathery skin, huge sharp teeth, giant mouth. If you ever find yourself too close to one, hold its mouth closed. A very weak jaws as far as opening it goes. But, I mean, if you get one good hit on the head, it shouldn't be much of a problem.
They like to hide just under the water.
Tall grass as well. They're ambush predators.
Okay.
They're probably the most dangerous thing you'll find commonly around here, though you won't really find them much anywhere else on the Nor.
They die by the
Sounds
sword, though,
good.
right?
They do. Though, if we're doing this right, then they should die to the bolts first. And Walker walks off.
Almost loudly behind. Not quiet at all.
Oh no, all my string is gone. Damn it.
Oh. Alright, so, with that, I would like you both to give me survival checks.
Owen will look around for the driest possible place to rest.
Wait, you gotta reroll. You rolled hidden.
Oh, what?
You
Oh,
yeah, that was just to me.
I'm on self-roll. Man, it would be much funnier if Walker just ate shit there. It's still pretty bad.
I mean, a 19 combined with 2 rolls is not great. You guys begin to head off. Ishri, getting used to all of this is awkward. Like, you're trying to do the things that you've always known how to do. But everything's different. You're really sweaty. You're constantly just wiping sweat off your face. You can't look straight. You're starting to get like a pounding headache from the heat. And you're just having trouble focusing as you just kind of try and follow Walker's lead. After maybe 20 minutes or so, Walker, you see a couple of smaller size alligators, no more than a few feet long. One of them kind of like, as you're walking, you just kind of see them to the right. One of them sinks into the water, into the muck, and just kind of disappears. The other one is still kind of watching you, but only vaguely.
Them's good eating. Walker's gonna move a little bit more quietly, get down a bit, have his bolts at the ready, and start approaching for the ambush.
Ishri, are you doing anything or just watching?
I'm gonna, like, get my sword out and kind of come back behind and be ready to basically just dash it and smash.
Alright. Walker, you have your weapon drawn, you have palmed all of the bolts you have left just about. There's probably a couple more that you didn't have finished in your pack, but you're running low and you have what you have palmed. You see it in your sights and you take the shot. You take all the shots, I take.
I take all the shots.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm eating a fruit salad.
If only the party was eating a fruit salad.
A comically large fruit salad.
Oh, God.
You know what they say about fruit salad. It's yummy, yummy.
Anyway. Do you need me to actually take shots here, or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright.
There's still a chance you roll 4 nat ones.
Assuming regular rolls.
Yeah.
2, 3. Oh boy.
Take it away. You don't need to roll damage. Just take it away, Walker.
Walker's kind of like going through the taller grass. Maybe Ishri loses sight on him for a moment, but then she would suddenly see 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts sticking out of the middle of the crocodile's forehead. It like it probably thrashes a bit before lying motionless.
She's still got her sword drawn, standing right behind Walker.
Like, okay. And she's just gonna, like, slowly approach it with her sword drawn. Is it... Have you closed its mouth?
Huh? No, it's dead.
Oh, yes.
Anyway, Walker's gonna, like, get down into the fucking muck and grab a limb and start pulling it out.
It really sucks you forgot your rubber boots.
Yeah.
Ishri will help you. Ishri will definitely help you.
When you get to it, it's almost up to your waist. Like, it's bad. And you can see all the mildew and stuff just kind of like sticking to your waist and things, like getting all over your clothes.
Walker would have probably left his bag at the bank.
And after a moment or so, you pull it out. It is very dead. Very fucking dead. And you pull it out, and you are just covered in moss and mildew and green garbage on your legs.
Walker's still kind of cursing under his breath a bit. Alright, well, got what we came for. We return to the others now.
Again, it's not like the last crocodile you brought was very big. This one's small enough that, like, Walker, you could easily hoist it over one shoulder.
Enough to eat for the group, right?
Yeah, it'll probably feed y'all for a day.
Yeah, can always have more.
I'll figure it out.
You guys head back. Owen, you were looking for a drier place.
Important to ask, was I able to get some bolts back?
You were able to get 3 of the bolts back, yeah.
Damn.
One of them hit
one of
them hit right on the skull, and while it penetrated, the shaft itself broke, and it, yeah.
I'm no longer 100% dread ambush, folks. We need to fear. There's fear in my heart now.
He's got to go and find the shitty half-finished bolts and use those. Oh. All right, so you head back. Owen, give me a survival check as well.
As Walker and Ishri head off, Owen just kind of looks around and he lets out a heavy sigh as he looks at everyone's injuries and his own gore-spattered visage. But he takes a second to reach within himself and he says in Garish, "Please, Karad, help us." And he'll do the thing.
I tried to say it, but my mic was muted. Evian would help you look for it.
Give me a survival check as well, Evian.
Yes.
Show off.
Okay.
Evian's here to help.
It's moral support.
Yeah, Owen is very good at the things that he is good at. Owen, I will let you intonate however you want, but Evian is definitely helping. You can tell he means well, but he's not really helping you. There's nothing that he is able to do that you are not doing better right now.
Shut up.
This is how I will intonate it because you have so graciously allowed me to do so. Owen is he is concentrating on what he's doing. He's tired, he's dirty, he's bloody. Most of it not his own, but he is very much concentrating on finding anywhere that could be described as a suitable campsite. And he is just glad to have Evian there with him.
I like that more.
So,
and not dead.
You search and search and search. There is... how far away do you want to search? I imagine you want to be mostly heading, west?
Yeah, generally, because that's the direction of the road, right?
Yeah, as far as you know. I mean... You know you're somewhere deep in it, and west is the direction that the river's moving. West is everything, which... Ishri, that's a really funny, uncanny valley thing, is hearing lots of running water for the first time.
She's probably, looking around, kind of her head, going from side to side. Occasionally, detecting magic, just, almost instinctively, to try to see if she can see anything.
Walking nonplussed.
But, while you guys hunt, Owen, you and Evian lead the group. About 25 minutes or so west. Eventually, you see this, this very large, one of the larger trees that you've seen in this swamp, that has fallen partly in the river, but you could probably pretty easily pull it out and at least give you guys, a bench to sit on.
That's good. Good enough.
Yeah, it's it's fallen and, it's no longer in the ground, so with a little bit of strength, you can pull it the rest of the way out of this clean-looking river and have at least, a nice bench, which is going to be dry and out of the muck. Best you can find this deep in.
Owen will kind of motion to the tree, and then he'll say, any of you strong lads or lasses want to help me with this?
I was useless in finding the place. I might as well help you.
Athletics checks from anybody who's doing some pulling. Where's Walker's dad's shitty pickup right now?
Athletics. I'm so good. Yeah.
Let's go, Owen.
Oh my god, that's almost a perfect inverse. 27 and 8, then 25 and 9. Evian, much like before when you were helping, now Owen is helping. As he watches the strapping young power of Evian and Liliana. Okay.
Can I help with this too?
Give me an athletics check.
Yeah.
Rum help! Help, Rum!
Yeah!
Help!
And the two magic boys stand there and watch as the others, and you guys start dragging, and the fact that it is so slick and slippery, it gets stuck about, as you pull it out of like the bank of the river, it gets slick about 6 to 12 inches deep in the muck, but you're able to pull it and it kind of settles after a moment, and the trunk's maybe 10 feet in diameter. It's pretty thick. It seems like a willow tree that has been in the water for a decent few days and has really gotten the shit kicked out of the top, so it's mostly just a large trunk now. But it is dry, and there's room to use it as both table and chair if you so desire. Keep your things light and keep them dry. As you guys begin to set up for whatever at this camp in the early morning, Ishri and Walker, you guys get back to where the party is, and they are nowhere to be seen.
Ishri, take this for a minute. Walker's gonna hand her the fucking gator and start tracking the group, I guess!
I imagine if, because we're not stupid, right? Like,
I don't know.
I don't know. Nick, have you met me? I'm pretty fucking dumb.
No, I was talking about the, 6 of us?
I don't know, have you ever met Evian?
I have.
Listen.
Nope.
Anyway,
No,
as a
you-
collective group, we're not stupid.
Right.
So, A, it is easier, it should be pretty easy to follow us. And B, I imagine that at least one out of the 6 of us would have left some markers.
So, if you
I
are
like to
trying to
forget
cover your
about
tracks, it is not hard to follow a large group moving through the muck that doesn't normally see civilization.
Yeah, right.
So-
Looks like the river this way.
Give me 1 second, guys. Alright, so, I apologize for that. The thing that's supposed to track the rolls wasn't working, right?
Is it now?
It is working now, yes. It wasn't pulling it up properly on the recording software. It's fixed. We may continue. So, yes, Walker, you are an experienced enough tracker to be able to follow 6 people who are exhausted from days of constant combat, trudging through a swamp that never sees any human contact.
Good.
They made surprising progress, and you eventually, along with Ishri carrying a gator, which is vaguely, mostly unlike anything she's seen commonly, you arrive at their new camp where they have set up.
Or kind of like wave a hand as he gets within eyesight.
Oh, and we'll wave back.
So what is it exactly? It's just like a single
It's
downed
a large
tree.
willow tree that was dragged ashore from where it had fallen mostly into the river.
And everyone is sitting on it.
Yeah, it's very large. There's like room to if you sat like crisscross, you would have like room about 10 feet in diameter. There's room for someone across from you, and a bit of room for a backpack or setting up a meal or anything.
So everyone would see Ishri holding a small gator and Walker half covered in muck.
Ishri, yep.
Walker will gesture for her to hand it back.
Yes, could you show me how to skin this? I'd really like to learn.
Sure. Walker will take it, take a seat, and then start fucking going to town.
All right. Give me another survival check.
Walker isn't like attempting to teach, more so just letting her watch. So unless she like asks questions, he won't really be saying much.
She probably actually would be. She'd probably be every once in a while, like, asking questions. She'd probably at first be like, oh, so is it like when you skin a harpy of this? Oh, you wouldn't know that. I'm sorry. And, like, things like that. Trying to, like, relate to things she has, done before. But, yeah, she'd ask lots of questions.
Most of Walker's answers are either very direct or very, very, simple. So, like, if you ask, like, what's the best place to start, he would show by, shink, like, just starting, things like that. Yes, for survival, right, then?
Yes.
Yep.
So, and you watch as he expertly carves the skater up, leaving a bunch of meat and a pretty damn intact hide of gator. About as good as you could have done, given the fact that you're doing this in a swamp on a tree. And not,
Early on in the bisection of the skater, is that, what's the term? Fucking skinning? Butchering. Yeah. There we go.
Butchering.
In the butchering of this gator, Walker would ask for someone to start up a fire.
Simon would... if someone would ask for someone to get the wood, but Simon will start the fire.
Can we safely have a fire on a fallen tree? Is that a thing?
The tree's very wet, but it will eventually dry, but you could probably, with enough time collecting rocks and things while he's spending all his time butchering it, you would be able to get rocks and, create a bit of separation between the soft earth and the sticks. And though it would take a little while, with your arcane abilities, you'd be able to eventually get a decent fire going.
I meant to ask earlier, but this tree is dead, right? Like it has fallen and... Okay.
Yeah, it had fallen already.
Walker will comment at some point as he removes pieces of hide. This will make a fine new pair of boots. And continues.
Oh.
The tree, like, stops for a second and then, like, agrees with you.
Oh. Yeah, watching a tree, it seems like genuinely, like, good leather. Like, this would make decent armor type of thing.
Perhaps, later we can reinforce something? If something falls apart.
Walker kind of rolls his eyes, gestures to Simon. He's been handling that lately.
Giving a smile and a thumbs up. I could do that with magic.
Again, not something we do when we're in cities.
Apparently not something we do in swamps either. As Owen scrapes the grime from his chainmail.
As Walker sits half covered in grime.
Don't you guys want... Well, hold on. First, what's the plan? Are we going back to the fort or not? This determines if you guys are clean or not.
Did you all discuss that while we were
that's
gone?
a good point.
If you guys want to go back, then I'm not cleaning you. If we're just ditching it and going on a long walk across the country, then I'll clean you.
I would like to go back.
If we go back, no matter what, I'm still not going to be with you guys. I will not be approaching that fort. I'll say it the last time.
You've made it clear, Simon. Nobody's asking you.
If you want to go back, let me go in alone first. They didn't see my face the first time.
You sure you don't want me to come with too?
That kind
It would not be a bad idea to have Mari come with you. He's not known either.
No, he was there.
It was everybody except Simon and Walker.
Got the token used.
And Ishri, but that would also defeat the purpose of trying not to be...
Well, we don't want them to be asking more questions than they need to be.
So, Are you guys heading back to Fort Siege or the direction of Aria?
Seems they want to do it. They want to go to the fucking siege.
Are we voting, or are we just gonna go?
It's up to you guys how you want to do it.
Owen has made his position clear.
Can we
Nobody
just-
else seems to be.
Hold on. What if we
You
go
just
like
want to
this?
take a vote?
Here we go.
Okay.
This is for the
Sure.
fort. This is for the fort. This is for running away. Ours run away.
There's where Walker is.
Oh, come on, you son of a bitch.
I
Walker-
imagine Ishri doesn't get a vote.
Oh, God, what
Okay,
are we
no,
even
no.
voting for, you
No.
sons of bitches?
Walker's on the fence. Walker's legitimately doesn't know what to do at this point for the first time in his fucking life.
Does
He
Ishri
feels
wants to
like it's
vote
not
on
his
this?
place to make this
Ishri
decision.
should get a. Ishri doesn't get a vote.
I don't know where
She
we're
doesn't know what's
voting.
going on. Yeah.
Hannah doesn't know what's going on, to be honest, so Ishri also doesn't know what's going on.
Well, in that case, that is at least 4 for the fort.
Ishri is like Iggy Pop, the passenger. Anyway,
I'm really happy that was in a recording because I have never heard a joke you made fall that flat.
what do you mean? You've literally been in a call with Logan before.
A joke you've made.
Oh well, there you go. I'm sure I've had fucking jokes fall flat before.
I don't think there's ever been one that bad.
Maybe not going forward.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Don't do this to me, Nick. Yeah.
So 2 on the fence, 1 with no vote, 1 saying return to Aria, 4 going to the fort.
Wait, what do you mean, Hannah?
I don't see where this voting is happening.
There's a big like
A
chart.
big T-chart on
If
the
you go
world
to
map
the
right now.
Yeah, if you go to the map on the website,
If you scroll.
Oh, I see it! Oh!
you can, you can
Sorry,
drag
I'm-
your icon to
We
look
are
at it.
high tech here, Hannah.
Guys, I'm real fucking stupid, alright? Just telling y'all.
Our future, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway.
The real question is, who wants to be in the bubble?
Wants to be a millionaire.
Well, everyone gets to go in the bubble now.
No, Walker doesn't want to be in the bubble.
That's why I was asking, because I know some people have reservations about the funny bubble.
So
Does Amari start like casting it while we're chilling?
Yeah,
It's still early
like,
morning.
It's like 10, 11 in the morning right now.
Does it seem like we're camping here?
I think we're just resting, aren't we?
I mean,
Well,
yeah, you guys.
in-
I would say over the course of the time that Walker is butchering and everything, you guys could have a short rest.
Me too, Dad.
I need that.
Me
I
too,
have
Dad.
no key points, please.
Uh,
I miss.
So long rest. How you guys feel about that?
Very casual butchering.
it's not an incredibly hard thing to do for you, so yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Dad. Roll. Normal. Boom. Roll. Normal.
There's still a rando on the map.
Roll. Normal.
Oh,
They're not
Hey.
allowed.
Bye, Captain Lupinati.
Oh damn. Okay. I'll just roll really well. Don't mind me.
Oh, that's not what I meant to do.
Mind me, please. Give me high
What do I
rolls.
get on a short
You
rest?
rolled a critical hit dice.
Let's go.
I mean, it didn't. I was only down 2, so it's fine.
Anyway, so as you
Oh,
guys
I
spend
didn't need that much.
the better part of an hour, mostly on this massive log of a felled tree, debating whether or not you should be going to Fort Siege or not, patching up your wounds, Owen doing the doctor thing.
Imagine as soon as Walker gets like a few cutlets of gator off the thing, you'll put them on a stick and start them.
Yeah, you
going
guys
on the
start.
fire they made.
You get something akin to gator jerky, though obviously
cool.
it has not been smoked enough to be considered. It's at least cutlets of gator.
Also, you guys get an extra 6 if you rolled at least 1 hit die.
Oh shit!
Did
already kinda
Song
Oh,
of
blessed.
Rest.
did we do? I can't remember, Ben. Did we do Owen's medic feature last time? Because if we didn't, he can use it to help people out even more on a short rest.
It seems like everyone.
I don't
Does anyone else
everyone's
need
top
more?
Lily's
I
still
think
down.
Liliana.
Liliana?
Liliana's fine.
Oh,
Okay. There we go.
all right.
Let's see.
So you all get patched up, Walker. There is the annoying 15 minutes where I imagine you have to stop working on this gator while Owen helps patch you up and all the damage you've taken. And thank God for arcane healing, or Evian would look disgusting with all the bits and pieces and fuck-ups he's got. But instead, it'll hopefully heal without scars.
I think while Walker's being worked on, he'll ask, how's Evian doing?
He's okay.
Got a hole blasted through his chest.
That was something I or somebody else healed, right? I think it was.
Yeah, I think Ishri had that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't see it happen. He's okay now, though.
Thing had some terrible magic. Or kind of shakes his head.
Don't even know what it was.
All I know is that it wasn't good. It's a monster. With the most dangerous monster we've seen so far.
Well, it's in the ground. We're all still standing. That's something to be grateful for.
Suppose so. And that's where the conversation ends.
Solid outro.
And so, Owen, you finish going around the camp, patching everyone up. Wounds get healed, your rest comes to a close. It's sometime shortly before noon. Ishri, it is full-on Florida summer for you, for everyone, and it is a whole new experience in Misery for you.
She's handling it well. There's a word for this, but she's handling it well given the situation. She's like, every once in a while, she'll just kind of like stop and just like take a couple of deep breaths and be like, it's my destiny. It's his will. It's his will. And then, you know, just like go back to whatever she was doing.
Eventually, you all get patched up. Your discussion's finished. An agreement is made that you will return.
Let's discuss some more stuff.
Okay.
If I'm going to be heading in first, I'll need a reason to be going that way.
You're a bounty hunter, aren't you?
Bounty hunters don't often have reasons to go to Fort Siege. It's not like a stockade. It's a fort. Not somewhere you just go to visit the bounty board.
You could say you were. You could say you were hunting someone. Headed up this way.
Have no poster. Nothing to prove that.
Why would you be going in at all? They didn't see you.
That's the idea. If they are suspicious of you whatsoever, they might just grab you without asking any questions. If I go in first, I can at least see what's going on. There's far less chance of... well, less chance of it going immediately poorly.
Well, that makes sense.
It's not exactly a reason I can tell them. If that person did see Evian, I could say you all hired me. Wanted me to track down some big guy, a big muscly dude. Stole your stuff.
You could even tell them we'll be along. Or we were planning to be along to collect the horses. That way they're not surprised when we show up.
Maybe. Could work.
Could also explain why you wouldn't have a poster, because it was so new.
It's unofficial.
It's better than nothing.
What type of outfit is Evian wearing?
Just shitty, ratty, loose clothes, really. Like nothing fancy at all. If you remember, him and Henry went shopping in the first session. He still has those exact same clothes, hasn't patched them up at all.
Did you rip an arm off at some point?
Yes, and also he lost an arm during the attack when one of the arms was completely destroyed in the fight.
Yeah,
last
so
session.
he's sleeveless.
And that's what he was wearing before. So what are the chances, like, if this story was a true one, if they would have like a scrap of his clothing or something? And would that be something you'd give like a bounty hunter, like, oh, he was wearing this material or whatever?
I mean, assuming the bounty hunter has a really good nose, yes.
Yeah, like
not like that, but just like someone wearing this exact same like thing.
But I mean, if it's just like a typical...
If that doesn't make sense, then
well,
I mean, that's fine.
He was wearing Liliana's cloak when he did it.
Huh?
He was wearing Liliana's cloak when he did it.
Her jacket.
Her jacket, yeah.
And if the narrative is that he like kicked our ass, you know, we probably wouldn't have had a chance to tear his clothing or something.
Yeah. Guess so.
Liliana can go without her jacket and be like, he stole my favorite jacket, that fucker.
Okay, stole a bunch of shit. I need to raise token up here to meet you all. Maybe I was hunting gators on my own.
Output a new pair of boots, perhaps.
Maybe so. I certainly have the hide to prove it.
Well, we were, if I remember correctly, our original plan, words are hard,
yeah,
was to actually go hunting for some gators and, you know, bring those back as proof, but I don't think we have the time now.
Well, we have one at least. And, you know, presumably, if Evian did attack us, maybe we lost a lot of our supplies that we were going to use to hunt them with.
If I was out here separate from them and not in the attack, Simon cleaned me up a bit. Not too much, though.
Oh, I might want to wait until we get back to the road. You're just going to get dirty traipsing through the swamp again.
Perfect. So
Walker looks over, still half completely dripping from the
Simon will
swamp he
completely
waded
clean you. You're just gonna get dirty on the way back anyway. Should be just right.
I guess so. I like lying like this. Let's get going. Rocker kind of packs all the stuff up, puts puts all the cutlets away, starts going.
All right.
I'm not gonna mark the cutlets, Finn. I'm just gonna assume we have food for the day.
Yeah, it's enough for the day. Obviously, just some cooked, unseasoned meat is not the most appetizing thing, but it's food.
Gator does in fact taste like chicken, by the way.
I know.
Yep.
Would Ishri have recognized that Simon has now cast prestidigitation on multiple occasions?
I mean, he doesn't seem like he's been hiding it. So.
Yeah, but she would recognize it. I mean, you are blessed with magic that could make this taste better. If we don't like the taste of this, right?
Yeah.
Do you not like the taste of it?
I mean, it is better than the harpy I've been eating for a while. I guess it could stand to be cooked a little bit longer, but it's fine. And she kind of like chucks it into the fire for a half second till it gets like really, really burnt, and then grabs it.
Travesty.
To each their own.
Anyway, let's get a move on. We're gonna be out here for another 3 days at least. So.
Alright. And so, if I could please have front and back of the group perception checks.
Yes,
Walker
sir.
up front, as usual.
Evian in back. Let's go.
Walker's
Roll
leading
the
them
four.
to the cubby. Patented. The staging grounds.
Travel is slow getting through these swamps. But by some incredible miracle, you guys, over the course of the day, as it gets hotter and the sulfurous, miserable, stagnant water smell gets ever worse. Worse yet as you get further to the edges of the swamp, and then you don't have the canopy protecting the heat, protecting the sitting water from the heat. So it becomes hot, stagnant water that just fills your nostrils with the awful smells of a decaying swamp. Which is still not as horrible as anything in the Shadowfell. But you eventually...
Speaking to that, anybody who is paying attention will notice that Owen is filthy. His chainmail is just covered in grime. But he is in very high spirits. At some point he starts whistling softly. Maybe there's some humming. He's got a contented smile on his face as he trudges through this not quite godforsaken swamp.
He's happy to be alive.
Does God love swamp?
No.
And, eventually you guys, over the course of the day, make your way back into the plains, and it is about a little after sundown when you get back to the strange overhang near the mountain, an hour or so away from Fort Siege.
Any sign anything's been here since?
Give me a survival check.
So Walker immediately fucking moves to begin looking over the place.
Nope. You're confident. Nothing's been here. You're fine.
What about giant snakes?
Are you looking for giant snakes?
I guess.
Give me a perception check.
I don't actually remember if Owen saw the giant
You don't
snake.
see any giant snakes.
Okay.
Oh, you guys are fine.
What
No
about
giant snakes are going to attack you in your
toads?
sleep. Don't worry.
What about exploding toads?
We all
You
look
probably
for a
saw a
different
few when you were heading through the swamps, but they seem to be either nocturnal or like most active around sunrise and sunset type of thing. They were mostly just kind of sitting in trees and watching, like in little cubby holes and things. Little knots in the tree, but nothing out here. Seems safe.
As soon as Walker gets to the little camping spot, he finds a spot for himself, pulls out the remainder of like a block of wood, and starts chipping away in new pieces for bolts.
All right. With that, you guys are setting up camp for the night, or are you going to the fort tonight?
Probably
That's
best
on
to
Walker.
not go tonight.
Who wants to be in the funny bubble?
Is that what he asks the
I
group?
feel like you should put everyone in the bubble initially, and then people can leave if they want to. Walker.
But hang on. If Amari starts casting it, Walker would have something to say to him.
Yep, he's starting to cast the bubble, like, once everyone's in, like, a settled location. He's gonna get in, like, the centermost part of everyone and just start casting.
Amari.
His ritual casting isn't like he takes longer to cast. He's trying to do the same spell, but he's doing
He
it
just
too
has to
fast.
practice it for a
and
while.
He has to. He keeps on trying to do it in a faster way than he can, and it takes longer than it should. He's trying to cheat it out.
Trial and error,
Eventually
man.
he does.
Yeah, you know what? Give me a charisma check.
Charisma
Give me a
check.
charisma check.
How cute he looking?
Looking. That was a good one.
He's stanky.
We all pretty stink.
It takes you, about 10, 15 minutes. A little bit longer than normal.
Oh no.
Walker would say something to him while he's casting.
Mm-hmm.
The first 2 minutes. Mari.
Hmm?
Enough of that. We don't need that here.
Well, I mean, what if there's snakes or whatever?
And what if someone comes by and sees it?
I can change the color of it.
It doesn't.
I can make it camouflage.
Amari, you should try to stop doing that.
Oh. I guess.
I mean, are we on a path right now, or are we just in the fucking...
No, we're like way off to the side.
Back where you and Walker stayed that one night while
Then
the rest of the
wouldn't it-
group got a long rest at Fort Siege.
Wouldn't it be beneficial for us to have this? You can stay out of it if you want, Walker.
I don't think so. You remember that witch we killed, don't you? She
Yeah.
had the same marking, the same origin of power. I don't think it's a good idea for you to keep using your magic as much as you are, Amari.
Hasn't done anything so bad.
Amari, do you have the urge to eat people?
No.
Walker narrows his eyes at
Rest in
the
peace.
nothing bad has happened so far. Amari, you've seen the effects of your magic, haven't you? The animals seizing up. The other destruction. The cave where we were fighting that monster just the night before. It almost came down from the spell you used.
Thousands of people die each year using crossbows, Walker.
Yes, but no one's been sent to a place like we were.
I'll just never die. It'll be
Because of the
fine.
Crossbow.
You know, I thought that too at one time.
Oh. Oops.
All I'm saying, Amari, is you should try
Sorry.
to use it less. If it means your life, then you should do what you can to preserve it. You should try to
I
rely on it less.
suppose. It just makes me feel safe. Is all.
If you want to feel safer, you should get some practice in tonight. There's not going to be much else to do.
Oh, I beg to differ. I mean, Ishri's here. She seems to know a thing or two about whatever's on your hand, Amari. Why don't you spend that time asking her about it?
I would really
Simon
love.
nods.
And she
Mind-
says, she says in Elven, yes, I'd love to tell you anything you'd like to know. Yes.
Do you
I
mind if
think,
I attend that, Amari?
Sure. And he'll, like, stop his casting and, just kind of slump his shoulders a little bit. I'll do a little bit of both. I'll find out about this as much as I can,
I believe
and maybe
it
we'll
would
practice.
would be wise to learn about their magic as opposed to being afraid of it.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of it at all
Well, that
yet,
was
but
Walker is afraid of it.
yeah.
Perhaps Walker needs to learn about it.
That
Walker
would
has
not be a
eyes.
bad idea, truthfully.
You shouldn't look
Maybe
up
we can
lessons.
learn together.
I have bolts to make.
Speaking of bolts, I noticed you were a little low. You can have some of mine that you gave me earlier. He'll reach into his crossbow bolt case and hand you 7 of your deadly crossbows bolts.
Keep them. I'll be making fresh ones tonight.
Well,
Fresh? What the fuck does that mean?
Walker doesn't want to use the fucking old ones that are going out of date.
what about these ones? And he like motions to 15 like pristine, like you would buy these at Walmart brand crossbow bolts.
Walmart brand crossbow.
Walker only uses craft
It's got-
crossbow bolts.
He uses Sam's Club only.
He uses
It tastes better.
small batch crossbow bolts.
Sam's Club is the same thing.
Organically
as
sourced
Walmart.
crossbow bolts.
Sorry, Costco.
Organically sourced mob and pop.
They're
crossbow
organically
bolts.
sourced only from the oldest and gentlest kept bonsai trees.
Which are then horrifically
Manually
for the sake of making
murdered.
crossbow bolts, weapons of murder.
You
With
get like
tiny
2 per
Anyways.
tree. You get like
With
2 per
tiny
tree,
axes.
and the trees are 300 years old.
Anyways, he offers you some of his 15 crossbow bolts
And
if you would take
Walker-
any.
Walker did say he is making his own.
Yeah, he's still offering.
Walker continues to make his own. Not
Okay.
to accept the offer.
Then I go over to Ishri and wax long about the history of Noriho.
Simon will listen in, and if they're talking in a different
We're
language,
talking in Elvish.
then
Well,
Amari, give me a cliff notes.
If when she notices that you are listening in, she'll look. There'll be like the briefest flash of like, just like a little bit of disappointment, and then she will switch to the devil tongue.
Oh no, Amari, knowing that she doesn't like to talk in it, will just say, "Oh, I'll tell him what it is in Garish." It's
He's
fine.
so wise and
No,
kind,
no.
the best elder.
That would be rude. It would be quite rude, really. I need to get used to it anyway. And she'd relay everything.
Okay.
In
Everything.
Well, in Lenorian,
Tell
in
me
Lenorian.
everything.
Spills
Ben.
the beans.
Tell me everything, Ben.
Spill the
What did we learn?
beans.
What did we learn
Come
as
on,
we're
Hannah,
all
spill
sitting
the
in this
beans.
small campsite?
We're not sitting in the funny bubble, sadly.
Are you quizzing me, or is Ben gonna give answers? Or do I have? I mean, I have my notes pulled up. You can give me a pop quiz for me if you want it to be, but
Pop quiz, no notes.
oh god, no.
It is all on you guys. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me.
I mean, what would you like to know? Norio is. I mean, he protects us. From his blessings, we gain our magic. As perhaps you are also gaining your magic. My magic was a blessing from him, both at birth and as I grew more in his power. But he protects those who live in the citadel. The city itself keeps them safe, but he's a god. He's not omnipotent, but he is merciful, and he grants us many protections. What exactly would you like to know?
Have you ever seen him?
No. As far as I know, none have. Perhaps the oldest elders who founded the Citadel had, which is why I assumed that you maybe were among them. They also spoke the common tongue with eloquence, as you do. But they perhaps have seen him, but they have told us that we are all awaiting his return. And so none of us have seen him, for we are waiting for his return, right? So it wouldn't make sense if we had seen him.
Well, if you've never seen him, then that goes with my second question. Because I saw a glimpse of the man who gave me this, but never really got a good look at him.
I've never
I
heard
was
of
wondering. Oh
That is-
well.
That is the mark that those who have been tested and verified as adequate receive, either as flame tenders or embers. I presume when this is all over, I shall get one of my own. But so it is strange that you received one in passing, and I mean, maybe your actions before had proved yourself as worthy, perhaps.
I was kind of young. It was a bit weird to be deemed worthy at the age of, I think, 12?
That is very young. Incredibly young. Had you recently accomplished some great task, acquired some new knowledge,
I learned
invented something of
Sarisian.
worth?
I learned Sarisian.
Is that of great value to your people, that you know this and have brought this information to them?
Not here.
Well,
Maybe. What if someone else was supposed to get this, and this isn't meant for me?
I do not know why when Nariho would make a mistake like that. That it seems...
Well, you said yourself they're not omnipotent, so they can still make mistakes.
I guess. Yes. Real quick, then. Okay, when people receive the mark themselves after becoming Embers and Flight Tenders, is it like a manual tattooing thing with like needles and shit, or is it like a
thing where there is arcane, not fire, but there is an arcane intent to it, where one of the Elder Flame Tenders will essentially give them the ability. It doesn't take long. Like, it's, they take their hand or touch them somewhere and give them the mark.
Quick question.
Yes.
I'm sorry for interrupting, but how do you pray to this god? Is it...
Oh, I mean...
Like, any type of sacrifices, or is it just normal praying?
No, why would we... There are no sacrifices. Are you implying that we are... No. We don't really pray very often, perhaps. Well, I find the prayer really is more for my own sake than for his. If he is listening, if he has granted me his blessings, he is going to do so regardless of whether or not I ask him. So... And
it's always nice to ask people. Oh, he kind of smiles.
Yes, but
You mentioned earlier you're all magical, so you don't have some higher power to give you magic or whatever?
Well, Nariho gives us magic. It is one of his blessings. Yes.
Are you all like descendants of this Nariho, or...?
No, we, to the best of my knowledge, I do not believe so. No, I believe we are just his flames, his chosen people in the plane that we are at, there to gather knowledge, for his sake, upon his return.
Because from my knowledge of that mark, I think I've told you, Ishri, around here's the mark of the devil.
That is deeply unsettling. I just hard to comprehend, even.
And people with that mark usually bring upon bad things. And if anyone's seen with that mark around here, they'll most likely get killed on sight.
Well,
that would be bad.
Nariho grants us powers, but it is up to us to decide what we do with them. So don't blame his blessings for the actions of bad people.
Is Walker listening?
I was actually hoping to do a different scene while this is happening.
So no, fuck you.
Listen, I want to talk to Liliana. What do you want from me?
Owen
Walker
is enraptured with Ishri's.
So, my knowledge of course, my knowledge would be biased to this.
I understand, but I will do whatever I can to really...
I understand the situation.
Yes.
How it all goes. Them just looks down in thought for a second.
Do all of your elders have this ability to help others? Or is that seemingly unique?
I mean...
You've seen what I can do with my magic.
Well, the manifestations of Nariho's blessings are diverse. There are some that are helpful, there are some that are more dangerous. What magic of yours exactly are you referring to? I mean, I've seen several of the types of spells you have cast I've seen before.
I healed you through yourself.
Have I ever seen that before?
I did use magical networking on you, so you cast cure wounds on yourself.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I'm just asking if I've seen it before.
Not in that way. No.
Yeah, are there any arcane IT guys back where she's from?
Ever seen anyone inspire someone else either?
I'm sure I've seen inspiration before. I've seen others, channel magic to inspire other people. I've never seen someone command someone else to heal themselves. That is a truly impressive blessing that you have been gifted. But I've seen others be inspired
nice.
before.
So
It doesn't mean I have to get up close to help.
Did
so
you
Mari, sorry, go ahead.
did you acquire that ability after your encounter with Nariho?
Mm-hmm. Well, it took some time for it to manifest. Like, several years, but I practiced it.
Truly is a great gift.
Just like most of my other magics, it's all practice. Some of them I've kind of forgotten, though.
So, Mari, please don't listen to Walker.
Oh, don't worry, I'm still gonna practice.
From
And there's
what Ishri's telling me, or us, I should say, it's based on the person, and it's not marketed to make you evil.
Yeah, just don't want to die around you guys, I guess.
I think it's more of a the people that get mad with power type of deal.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw one, she created a spell for life.
That's true.
people can do some truly terrible things when they believe they have power over others. But you seem like the good sort. Don't let it corrupt you. But it's not the magic. It's not Nariho's blessings that is corrupting. Would corrupt you. It would be your own nature.
Yeah. I don't think I'm corrupting. I think I'm wise and pretty alright in power.
I'm in rolls his eye.
Ishri just nods. Ishri nods knowingly like, yes,
Wise
of course.
beyond my years.
Yes. I mean, I certainly am not going to stop using my magic. And I did revive Evian on several occasions using it, and he seems about as fine as I think he was before. So, I mean, it is what you do with it. It is a gift like any other.
That being said, Ishri, just a quick reminder of how it works. Just try not to use your magic in
I understand.
public places.
I understand, Onyx. She like winks.
Imagine it's one of those winks like where she has to use her whole face to wink.
I actually, in person, Hannah just did that. To be 100% honest, I like leaned forward a little bit. You know, it's really
so.
You had your mouth
So how
partially
many-
open, just go.
Is winking something Ishri often did in her life?
Ask her and find out.
You could ask. You'll get an
No,
answer. I have an answer for that.
I'll
Please don't ask.
I mean,
Talk
fucking
about the
wild.
nature of winking.
I have an
Anyway,
important
So you
backstory.
do that a lot where you're from?
And she just says
Breathe
yes
a lot
and then
where you're
doesn't
from.
wink again.
Simon will
So-
laugh at that, though.
what's Liliana doing during this whole talk?
She's probably kind of just sitting off to the side, maybe kind of going through her pack, and kind of it looks like she's maybe trying to like organize the few things that are in there.
After Walker gets like a good 8 bolts done, he'll go off to sit by Liliana.
She'll look up and kind of raise an eyebrow at him curiously and just, can I do something for you?
I hope you know, I wouldn't have done it. Even in a half-crazed state like that.
Liliana looks even more confused, and she kind of stops messing with her bag and kind of turns to Walker fully and is just, what are you talking about?
Walker kind of gestures towards the dagger that's on his belt. Back where we were.
Oh, that. Yeah, I wasn't even remotely afraid of you. Still not. so all good. She'll kind of flash him a smile.
It's never my intention to cause harm to those around me. Just... that place brings out the worst in everyone. Still not a good excuse, though. Something I did. You have my apologies for that.
Well, I appreciate it, and I knew you weren't in your right mind, so wasn't holding anything against you, but thank you all the same.
If you ever need anything, Liliana, just know you can always rely on my help. Before waiting for a response, Walker turns to move back to his funny spot. And I ruined it, and I fucking ruined it by saying that.
Oh. So, with that, Ishri does her best to educate you as to the various beliefs and knowledge of Noriha. Walker has a conversation with Liliana. You guys have a camp set up in a place you were not but a week or so ago.
Do we hear, like, Owen just shout from the distance, "That's bullshit!" Walker says the no harm thing.
Wait, what?
No, I was referencing the time fucking Walker unloaded on Wolf Liliana. Anyway. You were saying, then?
Anyone want to be in the funny bubble?
So yes, that is the question. Is everyone going in the bubble, or are people taking watches?
Go in the bubble. Everyone should be in the bubble, and everyone can leave the bubble.
Walker got to sleep the night before. He's fine.
Owen is exhausted and is more than happy to pass out inside the funny bubble.
Ishri is probably mildly comfortable for the first time since she's gotten here now that night has fallen, and she will offer to take watch for as long as needed.
It's gonna be crazy when she sees the sunrise again.
So
Every day.
What if she thought that was just like a one-time problem?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought.
We're good, guys. We're good now. It's gone forever, right?
Oh god, thank god.
Why is the world burning on the far away? What?
So, in that case, is everyone going in the bubble?
Walker is watching from the edge of the cave as soon as he finishes his bolts.
So not Walker, I suppose.
Liliana's in the bubble.
Not a fan of the funny magic.
We all start in the bubble and we all leave the bubble.
No, Walker's a little busy for that.
Yeah, Walker's not going there.
Walker's a little.
I can't wait until a bear
Bitch,
attacks.
I will
we all
cry.
go into the bubble. A bear attacks, we all go into the bubble and be like, all right.
And then Walker just kills the bear. What do you want?
Fucking dies.
Listen, guys, all I'm saying is if Walker doesn't go in the bubble, that just means it's leg room for us, so we're good.
It's true.
True.
Yeah,
You all just kind of lay so that your legs go into the center and your heads are all near the edge of the bubble, and you just get a little bit of room.
There's like 5 extra square feet that we can share amongst ourselves. Easy
We play
clap.
footsie.
Oh god, they killed me.
Walker doesn't get to play.
Walker, if you'd like to give me a perception check.
Oh, it's too funny.
They're all just sleeping while Walker watches the whole night.
Maybe Ishri would offer to stay up with you for a bit then, if she doesn't know how good of a watch you're actually going to keep.
Oh shit. It's funny.
Oh god.
Evian will start outside of
What the fuck is this?
or in the bubble, but stay outside.
Well then,
It's very clear that Walker is busy crafting bolts at the edge of the cave thing.
Well, better watch out for those bears, dude. They'll sneak up on you.
Dude, I'm watching out for the fucking snakes. I'm gonna mad dog another one.
Or this herd that's
Stop
attacking
using
our bubble.
that expression.
I will never.
Nobody knows what it means.
You can use Google, motherfucker! It's a common term!
Apparently not.
Do you know that episode of SpongeBob where they go camping?
We're in the sea bear circle. We're in the sea bear circle.
Anyway.
I'm too old for that SpongeBob.
So,
reference.
Walker, you keep your eyes peeled on the damn good job you're doing on these bolts. These are some of the best you've ever made, and damn, you're making a lot of them. While everyone else sleeps, will you be doing the traditional waking someone up at the end of the night?
He can't.
Did we establish he can, like, aggressively tap on the bubble until one of us wakes up?
Oh yeah, I forgot
Just
about
like
that.
banging pots and pans.
I knocked over several things to do that, by the way. I hope you're all happy.
I did say that Evian would sleep outside.
Oh, okay.
Starting in the bubble, but...
Started the bubble, now I'm here.
Yep.
That was a pity laugh. Alright, so... You keep your eyes peeled as best you can. It's to be a quiet, hot Lenorian night.
Is it steamy?
Is there a lot of birds in the bubble?
I don't know. That would depend on what's going on in the bubble.
In the bubble, it's dry, but there's always this like ever-present like mist in it that
Amari
doesn't like
so
stick to your
fucking much
skin.
in the bubble.
Like it doesn't stick to your skin or anything. It's just a visual thing. It's not like can't touch it.
It's an aesthetic.
Yes.
Mari only vapes for aesthetic reasons.
Like there's a constant. We're in the vape box.
This is the Atlium Vape Lounge.
It's a hot
the local
box.
branch.
This is the vape lounge that we were talking about.
Anyway, so eventually, Walker, you can feel your nap coming on. Do you wake up Evian then for the last watch?
Yeah, Walker will start to feel himself crashing a bit. he'll move over and notice that Evian's on the side. Shake him a bit, might with the leg. Shake him a bit more. Keep shaking him until he wakes up.
Damn, he's sleeping
Damn,
tight.
he's... Fuck this guy.
Evian might be dead.
Evian's dead.
Aw.
Oh, his mic.
His microphone got
Oh
cold.
fuck, I really enjoyed that fucking joke. Oh shit. We didn't hear you laugh. Hello?
Hey, Joel.
No.
Hey.
Yes.
Good.
So
Are the birds laughing at us?
You are awoken
Yeah.
and... Reception check, please.
What's wrong? Get a planter of chickens.
Oh my god, they're so
Alex,
noisy.
please use push to talk for the love of fucking God.
Sorry. I have to check on them. They're babies.
I just hear a bunch of fucking...
They were fine. They were fine 1,000 years ago without humans. They're fine today without humans.
They don't have a mom!
That sounds like a personal problem.
that sounds like the fox's solution.
They have like 8 moms. Just go put them with your 8 moms.
No.
Are those
They
moms
would
also
be mean.
anti-maskers?
They would be mean.
Anyway, so Evian, you keep watch until eventually it is a quiet night. You see not much of anything. At one point, just before dawn, you see what looks like a small covered wagon with a lantern hanging off the back of it, moving north towards Fort Siege.
Oh boy.
Interesting.
But other than that, as you are keeping your watch, you hear the Mitch can do it. The pop of the bubble as it awakens you all. And you all have finished a night's rest.
Bless. Praise.
You're casting Bless already? Damn.
No.
No, he's casting Bless and Praise. And you guys begin yet another day here in Lenore.
God, Alex, please use push to
Alright,
talk.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
So, it is a new day. You guys are awake. Things are beginning to happen. And we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. Now that we return, there's no music, but we'll go ahead and fix that. Hey, we haven't heard this in a while. Look at that. Happy music. You guys aren't in misery land right now.
That doesn't mean we're happy.
So, Walker, you all awaken. You have a plan for you to head to the fort, correct?
Yeah, hang on. As Walker kind of like wakes up, he'll pass out the rest of that fucking funny meat and begin looking through his bag, making sure there's nothing in there he wouldn't want found. I'm fine with him finding my cheap walk.
I see at least one thing you probably don't want found.
Yeah, the letter.
There's a couple of letters.
Are there a couple of letters? Oh, the note, the letter. Note in the letter, right?
I mean, it's up to you.
The separate money isn't really a big deal. I forgot I had caltrops.
Those would be useful when you're running away.
Yeah.
Throw them in
With
front of your
silver's
party
not like
members
a-
and then you can escape.
So, silver's not like a thing that would be concerning, right?
It would be weird, but not, like, illegal or anything.
Right. Would the writ of horse in cart ownership be, like...
No, it mentioned Sherry. Don't bring that.
Oh god, yeah, okay. Alright. God.
That's gonna be hard to explain. Like, wait, isn't that the name of the horse the other
so
people
the writ,
thought?
the note, and
Isn't that the point? We're trying to get the horses?
Yeah, but it's in my name.
Yeah, Amari, bitch.
Okay, so the letter, the writ, and the note.
I did not think
sound
that would
good?
fucking come back as a plot point. Wasn't expecting that to come back as a plot point.
So Walker
You'd put
pulls
your
out
name.
3 different parchments, all of which Owen has seen before.
Only
No, you saw Walker with the note as well.
Yeah, no,
Letter.
but like I think Owen has only read. He only knows what one of them says.
Correct. But you have seen, like you were there when Amari handed him a funny writ.
That was the one that he knows what that says.
Yeah.
I don't think he knows what the other.
No, you know what the note, because it's from you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
Walker,
thought you were talking about the note from Jakeman.
I don't think he. Fuck! I never wrote that down as an item. Well, now's no time like the present.
Jesus. Alright.
Okay, so Walker pulls out, like, as others are getting up, there's kind of like some food has been set out, the rest of the meat from the gator. And Walker pulls out 4 letters. Is everyone kind of waking at the same time?
I mean, yeah, the bubble pops, so...
All
that
4
would
of the notes
presumably
are
awaken
kind of
you.
like closed and folded. Owen,
Aye.
can you hold on to these for me? If they want to search my stuff, I don't want them finding them.
Very well.
Trust
Owen
that you'll keep them safe.
Owen will nod as he takes the small stack of papers and tucks them away.
Alright, I'll be off then. Wish me luck.
You don't need luck, Walker. You're a professional, right?
We'll see. I'm not a professional liar.
Don't lie.
I am.
Well, I'll try not to. And with that, Walker begins trudging off towards the road. He'll move off a bit and then towards the road.
As he watches Walker hike out of the little area that the camp is in, Owen will kind of stand at the mouth of the overhang, and he'll just mutter a quick prayer to Garad to watch over his friend.
And immediately bust open those fucking letters, those bad boys.
Look for some juicy secrets.
Some juicy goss.
Alright. So, is there anything that the camp needs to do right now before we get to the Fun Walker interactions?
Probably calming down Ishri that the sun rises
Yes,
again.
Ishri. Though you are at a overhang pseudo cave that is pointed west, the sun is rising once more, and you can see it all around you.
She probably wakes up immediately with the dawn. Like, the second the dawn comes out, she's up, and she's, like, confused in this hazy bubble, just in the light, not liking it.
Just, like, calm her down, like, it's fine, it happens every day, you're gonna get used to it.
Every fucking day!
It's literally a saying that the sun will rise tomorrow.
Terrible saying! Oh my god!
Terrible saying.
So, Walker, you head the hour or so's travel north once more to Fort Siege.
They do.
You get maybe...
Can you deal with their conversation real quick? I need to grab some water.
Did you guys have anything else to do?
Asshole.
I feel like there is a conversation. I suppose we can. I've thought of a different conversation we can have. So as he watches Walker kind of fade from sight, Owen will turn back to the group, and he'll kind of, he won't gather everyone around, but he'll kind of raise his voice just enough so everyone can hear it, and he'll say, I suppose this would be something to talk about. Walker is here as well, but it's good to get out in front of things. We all just survived something that I know at least I had never thought I would have to survive, have to go through. And I just wanted to say that I think it's important that we at least talk about some of the feelings that place evoked from us. Make sure we all understand that, despite what we did or said, that didn't mean nothing by it. And then there was silence, and I was sad.
I was about to say something.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Repeat yourself?
Oh, just do the monologue again.
Wait,
man.
you want me to do the whole monologue?
I wasn't paying attention.
It's just...
Well, I mean, I think we all know that the way we were acting isn't the way we really are. At least I know the way everybody was acting isn't how they are. You're you're not usually a sad, apathetic bump on the log. Evian's not a big scaredy cat. Mom's not always looking to rush off onto rickety bridges.
Well.
And we all laugh.
It's just... Well, let me put it this way. I saw... After a battle, I would see soldiers, toughened men who've seen a lot of the world. Men who you'd, expect to lay down their own life before they shed a tear. And after a battle, they would just curl up and cry, wishing for it all to end. And, you know, I'm mostly I don't pretend to be anything other than a doctor for wounds, but I've found that it helps to talk about these kinds of things, you know, just in case. Better to clean the wound now than let it fester, if you take my meaning.
Simon and Nadia. But we all know. Oh, we all know it's all behind us. I just want to say I'm sorry first off. I know it was I had no control. I mean, like how I was feeling, but still, I'm sorry if I put any of you guys in danger.
Thank you for saying that, Simon, and for starting out as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's about the size of it.
But this stuff is in the past, and I think, / know we all regret it.
I'd also like to apologize for that first day. All my life I don't know, I've tried to let my heart guide me a lot of the time. And that was the first time that I've never felt anything. So I'm sorry for that. Got to admit, it was quite clever of you, Rom, to coax me into tending to Evian.
Well, guess I don't have bad ideas all the time. Just most of the time.
I wouldn't say it's most of the time. Like, you're really smart. Everybody's really smart.
Rome looks skeptical, but doesn't argue.
I'll say it again when he gets back, but I'd just like you all to know that I was glad. If I had to go through something like that, I was glad to have you all at my side.
Me too.
The feeling's mutual.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, being by each other's side, what is the plan? Do we all plan on leaving to Garland?
Well, besides Ishri, I know you all know where I'm headed.
You're staying in Lenore, right? Simon says with this, like a smirk.
Aye, Simon. That's a fine jest.
Wasn't the purpose of coming back here quick because there were people that had to be saved? Or something? I was a bit unclear.
Those people that we had with us that left. So in that sense, I suppose we've accomplished our task.
But with the new information that we have, we can't have another obstacle in front of us.
Well, let me hold on. Owen kind of like, again, pinches the bridge of his nose in thought. Let me see if I can explain, Ishri. Imagine that creature that we fought. It commanded, hordes of those creatures, right? Imagine if, instead of mindless beasts, they were soldiers. And then imagine if that creature had declared war on your people and attacked your citadel. That's what we've got going on here, but, without all the magic and death. Undeath. Plenty of death.
Someone is manipulating the minds of one group of people to attack another? That is horrible.
I can't speak to that, but the place we're in is called Lenore. It's what we call a country. And the place where I'm from is called Garland, and it's also called a country. Two countries are at war.
She does not look like she probably.
A country is like a big citadel.
I can't see why two groups of people would do something like that. It's just
Well, different cultures, different viewpoint. Ichiri.
It seems barbaric. I keep hating to say that about all of you in your life, but it just seems barbaric.
Kind of is. But sometimes that's the only answer.
I'm not going to disagree with you. I mean, I suppose if I had my way, there would be peace. Things like this are often not decided by a single man or woman, though.
So not something we can.
Well, for my part, I intend to go home. And I intend to see the red band driven into the fucking sea.
Liliana looks a bit kind of nervous and uncomfortable, and she'll look over at Owen in particular. I know I said I was going to help you get home, but knowing what's coming, I don't think I can go.
Owen smiles at Lily. Well, don't you see, Lily? You have helped. And look at this. Look what we've done. Couldn't have done it without you.
That's not true.
Oh, but it is. Each and every one of us played a part. I mean, even Ishri might not have even gotten through the place at all without her.
I'm sorry you got stuck on this side, Ishri.
It is fine. It is mine. It's my duty. It's my destiny. I'll figure it out. See where it takes me. Where it takes me. You're going back for someone who you care about?
Yes. My uncle, he raised me after my father died, and I don't want him to be caught off guard or get dragged into anything. I need to tell him what's gonna happen and see what he wants to do. He already spent so much of his life fighting. I don't want that to be the way it ends for him, too.
It's very noble of you to sacrifice so much for someone who you care about. Truly noble.
But, like I said, I'll help us get the horses back. And once that's settled, I'll take my leave. But I'm glad we all met and have done so much together. It's taught me a lot.
There's no need for final goodbyes yet. It's a few days ride south.
Yeah, you're right. Save it for later then.
Owen smiles at Lily again and pats her on the shoulder.
We'll all be worse off for losing. But I guess I can see why you go.
Well, and that's not to say my uncle won't ultimately decide to fight down the road, so who knows?
As I speak about this, Walker. Head up towards the fort. You can see a couple people on horseback near the entrance. As similar to before.
Well, my headphone was my fucking headset was up, so you can hear me.
Of course.
As Walker begins getting close, he'll wave to make sure they spot him. His hand is not at his crossbow. Typical procedure when approaching this type of thing.
And after a moment, you see one of the guards just hail you and just, can't be heading. Everything all right?
Everything's all right. Just looking to ask a few questions. Hang on, let me do that again. Everything's all right. Just looking to ask a few questions.
My God. And he just kind of looks puzzled and kind of like walks up to you. He kind of looks to the guy on horseback next to him. There's about 3 times as like before when you guys showed up, there were like 3 or 4 guards outside of the wall. Now there's probably 8 or 9. One moment.
You said one's running up to me?
One walks up to you. One of the ones. He looks like a longbowman. Kind of puts it on his back, looks and nods to the guy on horseback next to him, and he walks up to you about the 20 feet and just kind of looks at you. What you need?
Right. I found an interesting group of people while I was out in the marshes. They told me they were looking for someone, and, well, I'm a bounty hunter, so I wanted to help them, get a reward and all. Big guy, broad shoulders, what else do they say, weird accent. Might have some stolen stuff on him.
He looks like he's got this look of realization that he's trying to hide vaguely, and after a moment he kind of turns back and one moment and runs back very quickly and see the guy on horseback turn, and he holds up a sign for you from probably 20 feet away. The first guard that you spoke to just holds up a finger, just 1 minute. And the guy on horseback quickly heads into the gate.
Or kind of like crosses his arms, just kind of like taps his foot lightly, you know, waits casually.
About
same even expression the whole time.
5 minutes later, you see Officer Aikenson.
Do I recognize this person?
I mean, you wouldn't recognize any of them.
Okay, about to say, you said in names.
But the rest of the party would. That was one of the ones that was helping them out when they were getting their rooms. And Siler Aikenson kind of heads up, and he comes up to you and just wearing very nice plated armor, not full plate, but it's nice plated armor, and just kind of, come with me, please. Motions you in, and he kind of walks you into the courtyard. A few people giving you stares. This place is crowded. Like, this place is crowded as fuck right now.
Or kind of has the expected reaction, like, huh. Like, interesting to see this many people, but not like, you know, shocked. Like, oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. He walks you to the center, where there are a couple of guards sitting at a tree, or at a bench under a tree. If you, there's a small table, a couple benches and chairs and things. He kind of walks you to sit down, and he just motions for you to sit down.
You'll do so.
Oh, I actually muted before I sneezed. That was nice. You sit down. Whenever I have to sneeze, I always miss the mute button, or I don't hit it hard enough. Anyway. So you sit down, and he just kind of sits next to you, so you're both, like, sitting on the same corner rather than across from you.
We're saying we're on a fountain?
No. On a table under a tree next to a...
Ah, okay. Yeah. So he's sitting next to me.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. That is, like, you're both at a corner, so there's a bit of table between you, but...
So it's not uncomfortable?
No. Tell me more about this man, please.
I mean, second-hand account, not going to be an easy thing to do, but... I told... This isn't the same person, is it?
This is the Officer Aikenson.
So, not the first person I spoke to, but
no.
someone else.
No.
Well, like I told the other guy, odd accent, tall guy, kind of burly, wide-shouldered, possibly carrying stolen goods.
He opens up a small journal and writes a couple things in it, flips back a couple pages, and kind of reads something. Shuts it again very quickly.
I know it's an odd request, but I thought it'd be a decent first place to start.
Right. He doesn't seem to know immediately how to proceed. You're looking for this person?
A bounty hunter. Met a group, said they were trying to find him. Stole a bunch of their shit. Said something about traveling with him before. That part wasn't really my main concern.
Traveled with him. You may be just what we are looking for.
Looking to hire a bounty hunter?
We are looking for... We are possibly looking for this man who you speak of.
Same description?
Vaguely. He turns to one of the other Anteliermen and just... Go get Maurice. We will need him in a moment. And the guy quickly, without hesitation, walks inside and goes to get whoever Maurice is. You continue to just go over the basics of what you know and things like that. And a couple moments later, you see a man
very
with...
professional.
Yeah, you see a man with a long staff and flowing robes. Dark complexion. Kind of got like something resembling kind of dreadlocks, just kind of tied back lazily. And he just looks at you and
Greetings.
kind of like walks up and, well, hello, how are things? Or, you know something about this man then, hmm?
I mean, not a lot, to be honest. Wasn't much to go on.
You did not see him
find one
firsthand?
No, like I said.
You're sure about that?
Walker raises an eyebrow.
Well, let me see. And he kind of like motions for a second, lifts up his staff, slams it down, and now he looks exactly like Evian.
Huh.
Did he look like this?
I mean, based on the description, it could be. That's, magic, right?
He nods.
I see that often.
Not often it is needed, especially around these parts, but that's why I'm here.
Walker nods.
And it's strange, as now sitting across from you is Evian.
Is that something you can do?
I mean, you saw me do it, right?
Sorry, it's a hard thing to
no,
wrap my mind around.
I understand. It's all right. So, you're looking for this person.
Quite.
We have reason to believe that he attacked the... He killed many men here.
Many?
In an attempt to escape the country.
Attempt. So is he still within the country?
We cannot say either way currently.
Are you planning on putting out a bounty?
Give me a persuasion check.
Would my background feature assist me here?
Not on this one, buddy.
Okay, worth a shot. Persuasion.
Damn!
Oh, shit.
We have sent out bounties in his likeness to many cities already.
What's the amount?
Right now we want him alive, and the offer is 250 crosses. It is 50
that's a fair bounty.
for him to be brought in. 200 if it turns out he was the mastermind behind this attack.
Might end up being more than what they were off. Yeah, no. So you don't know where he is, I'm guessing, considering you're putting out bounties.
He kind of just does this big, heavy sigh. He had mages with him.
Mages like yourself, or?
Powerful. Powerful mages. He may have been one himself, I cannot say for certain. He burnt down one of our ships.
You're saying I should think twice about this, then?
He just gives a slow nod. He left. He kind of looks over. I don't remember the number. 7, 10 men unconscious on that ship when it burned.
Walker kind of like furrows his brow. Shakes his head.
I do not know that they were all alive for that. He may have been trying to cover his tracks, that he would not be seen, but one of our brave men was able to see him and escape. I do not know how many were with him. At least a couple. These majors are powerful. They were able to get by.
Do you have one of the posters?
He kind of... We may have a couple inside still, yes. Would you like one?
I'd like to take one with me.
At this point, the visage of Evian fades, and once again it is the dark-complexioned man.
Walker once again has his typical reaction to seeing magic in front of him.
So, you, how did you come across this? You found people who were... Come
I
across
was in the
him?
marsh, actually. Hunting crocodiles. Or, then alligators? What was it?
Alligators.
Hunting alligators. Thinking about making myself a new pair of boots. maybe a new holster for my crossbow.
At this, you see the officer just kind of look over, and like the officer is currently like checking out your holster.
I had just finished grabbing one when I saw them. Often you see people in the marsh, you know. Decided to go see what was going on. They looked like they were disarray, unorganized. Just want to make sure they were all right. Turns out they weren't. Shared some of my rations with them. Some of the crocodile meat after I finished butchering it. They told me, what I've told you, and decided to start my search here.
He considers for a moment. And where are these people now? We would wish to speak with them as well. So.
Last I saw them, it was near the divide. Might be able to find them if I went back and looked, though.
I mean, we'd love to talk with them. Helpful if they saw him firsthand and they can confirm that this is who it is. And Officer Atkinson, it would be great if we could, honestly.
I mean, I imagine with that trick of yours, they'd be able to confirm that.
Well, of course, but we still have to find them. You said you haven't seen them in a while. Are they paying you for this, or did they put out a bounty to meet them? What? It
was unofficial stuff, so there was no given amount. Just that they would pay me if I could find the guy, get their stuff back. I thought if that was one guy, I could take him pretty easily. But
what did they take exactly?
Money, I guess. Didn't seem like they seemed like they were, what's the term? Ragged? Like they must have been. It's hard to imagine one person doing all that to this group.
It wasn't one. I mean, I can confirm that there was at least a mage who was invisible during all of this.
Invisible?
Multiple more moving. And at this point, he's like, he like enunciates, yes, invisible, and he motions his hand, and you see a tankard appear on the table, and then he kind of like starts moving his hand down, and you see like the transparency of the tankard keep going down until it's gone.
Huh.
Invisible. See?
Never hunted an invisible person before. Either way. Like I said, thought it'd be an easy bounty, but if this person's a mage, that changes things. I've only hunted a mage once before. Back then I had a group.
He kind of furrows his brow a bit and just... Well, if you see the rest of them, we need to talk to them, and we got some of their stuff here.
Some of their stuff?
He motions back behind your left shoulder in the direction of a barn. They left their horses here a while ago, weirdly enough. Said they'd be back after hunting some gators themselves, and they'd help us repair the docks. Of course, now we're a bit busy for that.
Huh. What a mess.
Telling me. One of my favorite drinking buddies was killed by that fucker. It turns out it was him, and he kind of leans in at this point. Officer Atkinson has, at this point, headed off to presumably go get a copy of the bounty for you. And he kind of leans in, and between you and me, I'm confident it was him. I saw the fear in that poor kid's eyes when I did that. He motions to himself, that thing again, and I don't think there's any chance it wasn't. You know, official business and all.
Right.
But if nothing else, the Antier will... Antier got a hold of him, that would be shit for him.
Right. Well, you have my condolences for your friend.
A lot of them were my friends. It's emotions around, and it's more serious than it has been in the past for context to the group the majority of the group, but there's not a lot of laid-back partying like there was. Everyone seems to be going about their business right now. There are a lot of people here. I mean, we don't get out much, so it's mostly just that we're working with each other more, really.
Right.
What do we do? Take 2 days, go to Aria, drink at a shitty inn, and come back?
Are kind of like looking down away, shakes his head. Can't imagine. How many people did you say?
I think the final count was 11.
11 people. Any ideas why?
Ages were trying to get out of the country, then, I don't know. My emotions back towards the docks, trying to deal with anyone who saw a face, I guess.
I'll have to think on whether or not I pursue this or not.
My Officer Atkinson. Right, here is, and he produces 2 copies. One for yourself, and if you have anyone else to recommend, I figure even if you get half, it's worth it if we get a chance.
Right. Well,
On it,
if I do find...
Oh, sorry.
If I do find those others, I'll definitely give them one of the posters to make sure.
And, for detail, it does specifically say, wanted, any information leading to the whereabouts of this man. Considered very dangerous, needed alive. And the drawing looks like Evian.
There's no name on this.
No, there's no name.
Walker says that out loud as he
sorry.
looks down at the...
Well, we considered whether or not to have a name, but, he kind of shrugs a bit. We had no way of knowing that the name was true.
That makes sense.
Any name given could have been false, so, yes, he came here with his group, assuming it was him, and they, left their horses. They were pretty nice. They said they were gonna be coming back, and...
Didn't you say the group I met was the same group?
He kind of furrows his brow and... Yes, they were here before going off to hunt.
Suppose.
That's why I was hoping to talk to him.
So the guy traveled with this group, came here and left some horses, headed out to the swamp to, Walker does like air quotes, hunt alligators. Fucks them over, steals their shit, and then attempts to get out of the country. Didn't you say there's also another mage with him?
He kind of purses his lips a bit. If my intuition's correct, I'd imagine there were at least a couple of mages with him. Possibly he as well was a mage, I can't say for sure. All I know is a lot of people died, and it was a mess late at night. But, we're operating under the assumption that it was an inside attack by Garland, for some reason or another.
How many... When they dropped off those horses, how many were there?
Oh, I think there's 5 horses. Well, there's 3 horses now. We sold 2 of them when they didn't show up back.
Sorry. Oh, God. So, how many of them, though? The people?
Oh, the people. There were, he kind of thinks for a second. 5 of them total.
5 of them. Well, there was only 4 in the group I found. I suppose minus the one person. But you said there was more with him? During his,
During the attack, yeah. So... Honestly, and he kind of leans in again. If you can get that group here, we'll pay out a 50 cross bounty to you. Just to speak to crosses. Them.
I'll keep that in mind. I'll definitely have a look for them at least.
I kind of. There anything else you need?
No, I mean, I got more information than I expected, to be honest.
He kind of nods. Right, well, like I said, this isn't... And he kind of motions to, like, the table and the conversation with you and just the whole thing. This isn't normally my strong suit. I'm normally the silent guy who stands in the back when conversations are going on, so I can't... Yeah.
Well, I appreciate what you've told me.
I appreciate you doing something, but you don't need a good Lenorian bounty hunter dying to some crazy mages. But as far as I know, honestly, I think... And he looks to Officer Aikenson, who's still kind of standing there, half in the conversation. And the officer just kind of nods, and kind of like a somber nod, like, yeah, of resignment. And he looks... Maurice looks to you. I think he got out of the country, and I don't know. He's out there in the plains somewhere. We searched for a few days. Still had scouts out as of a couple days ago, but the investment was getting to be too much, and Aria needs some of their troops back till we get official reinforcements.
Right. Well, I shall be on my way then.
And
like I said, I appreciate the poster, and I appreciate the information.
Hope you find something, but like I said, I don't want any good Lenorians losing their lives over this damn garish war shit.
I appreciate that. I've always been the careful sort, so I'll stick to that.
And he gives you a nod and starts walking away, and Officer Aikenson, still standing, I'll show you out, then.
Thank you, officer.
He follows you, and this is strange. I've worked here for 25 years at this point, in some capacity or another, and it has never been like this. The Antier does not have full control of the fort anymore.
Van, please repeat that.
The Antier does not have full control of the fort anymore.
Assumed by a higher authority, or?
There's a slow nod. For the time being, there are things that have been reappropriated from all the way in Verona.
Verona?
We have been
More
operating
like that,
by letter right now until whoever will be taking the post over to deal with this for a while, till things settle down, until they arrive anyway.
Well, for your sake, I hope they do.
We've always been so good about things, keeping things safe, laid back. It's not just the lives that man took. It's the lives he changed. People are afraid. They've never been afraid before. Not like this. We were always confident in our abilities here, and now... I mean, you saw it. There were probably 4 men with bows trained on you as you walked up from the walls.
I did.
We're afraid we're not in control anymore. Damn these fucking guards. They're fucking war. Taking everything away from.
We'll be through this eventually.
Kind of shakes his head. And with you past the gate with your 2 copies, he kind of... Are you going to be good getting back? Do you need rations or anything for the journey?
I actually had finished up the last of that gator. I was planning on hunting some more, but I'll definitely take some rations.
He turns to one of the other guardsmen near the gate. They quickly head inside, and a moment later come back with a pack with about 3 days of rations for you.
Thank you.
I mean, we will probably get chewed out about this when the audit from Verona comes, but until then, we're still going to do what we can to help people. Gives a little smile. Good luck. Mr. I'm sorry, what was your name?
Walker.
Mr. Walker. Good luck.
Thank you. With that, Walker shoulders the bag he's given and begins marching off.
It is little more than a simple drawstring bag, but has a lot of trail mix in it.
What's the quality?
It's decent. Like, it's lots of dried fruits and a little bit of some, jerky-style meat. Probably some dried fish as well. And you head back to the group?
Yes, I do. I, of course, head down the road a bit, then make my way off it, try to, not leave an obvious trail, and get to them.
And eventually you get back to the party. If you'd like to give a perception check to see if anyone's following you or anything.
I would like to do that thing. Oh,
you're fine.
boy.
No one's following you. That's 2 perception checks in a row you've rolled in that one on.
Could I also, after I feel like, I'm a good distance away enough that they wouldn't be able to follow me, that I also attempt to be stealthy as I...
Yeah, go ahead. Give me a stealth check as well.
I was hoping for that one. That'd be fucking funny.
That would have been fucking funny. But alas. After another hour or so, about probably a 15-20 minute meeting, you arrive back at the party's camp at the overhang of the mountain.
Walker's kind of silent as he walks up, clearly lost in thought. As soon as he gets within the little cave section, he drops the bag of rations on the ground. In his other hand, he has paper. Poster, if you will.
As he walks up, Owen will reach into his pack or his jacket, and he will hand back the papers.
Walker just kind of nods, takes them, puts them up quickly. Hands Owen the other paper.
Owen reads it.
It still says, wanted. Any information leading to the whereabouts of this man? Considered dangerous, needed alive. The drawing is a very good representation of Evian, and the reward is 50 crosses with a possible 200 more.
Did they say why they wanted him alive?
They wanted to find out if he was responsible for what happened. Apparently, 11 dead. Burned to death on a ship.
11?
Apparently,
There were
accompanied
2 people.
by more than one powerful mage. I spoke to a man who seemed to be a mage himself. He was able to turn into a perfect likeness of Evian. Spitting image. I assume he could do the same for me at this point. He mentioned having seen someone who's invisible.
I don't know, but isn't that the whole point of being invisible, is it can't be seen?
Well, there's always ways around spotting people who can't be seen, but I'm assuming magic helps with that.
Is there a magical way to see people that are invisible, Owen?
I suppose that makes sense.
He offered me 50 crosses to get the lot of you over there, so you can be questioned regarding this. They also mentioned that 2 of the horses were sold.
What?
Great. Wonderful. Who could they possibly have sold them to out here?
Walker shrugs. Caravan.
What?
They've had a lot of...
A caravan? What caravan comes up to Fort Siege?
They've had a lot of people come in since then. Supposedly the previous... Then what was the name of the leader?
The... what do you mean, the Antier?
Antier.
Yeah.
The previous Antier is no longer in charge and is being operated via letter from Verona. They're going to have a different... someone new come in to command the fort. The place was swarming with guardsmen. There's at least 3 people with bows trained on me as I walked up. And the insides were, well, overcrowded. Be putting it light.
Did they say when they told you they would pay you to bring us in, was it hostile? Are we wanted as well?
He seems to think you're at least associated with Evian, despite my story.
I mean, obviously, we rode into the fort with him.
It could be that he's just wanting to talk to you to see what information they can get about Evian, but it could be more.
I mean, I've half a mind to march down there right now and start berating them for selling our fucking property. We've not been gone a week.
Most likely wouldn't have happened if it weren't for the ship. The 8 lives, 9 lives, 10 lives.
Evian said there were only 2 men. He didn't kill either of them. Right,
Both
Evian?
men were alive when I left.
The mage told me that 11 people died, most of them his friends. Also told me he saw the fear in one of the boy's eyes as he transformed into
Evian just raises an eyebrow.
Like I said, he had magic that could make him look identical to you.
Well, I certainly don't remember no 11 people dying.
Then how big was the boat? It was a boat. It wasn't a ship, right?
Yeah, it was a boat. It would probably... you figure maybe at full capacity, 10 to 15 people is probably, like, full capacity.
But there would be no reason for them to be at full capacity overnight.
Owen
right?
begins reasoning out loud. He starts pacing. The cogs begin to turn in his head, and he just starts reasoning things out. Why would they claim such a ridiculous sum? Their men don't sleep on a ship at port. They just don't do it, especially when there's a barracks and hot food. There's no way that men were sleeping on that ship. There's just no way. So why would they say something like that?
They said they were sending out search parties into the plains looking for... Walker nods over to Evian. They could have used as an excuse to drum up more manpower.
Walker, have you ever heard of a group of Antelier being relieved of command and operating by letter from Verona?
The Antelier I'm most familiar with is the one in Dreswood, and nothing like this ever happened there. Worst thing ever happened to Dreswood was a time when it kept being besieged by bandits, but that was only about half a year. And nothing like that happened around then.
What else did he say? Anything?
Then, am I missing anything?
I mean, I'm really trying to coax a certain bit of information out of you, William, and because I know what's happening here. I have a strong suspicion that I know what's happening here.
Am I missing something? I feel like I got everything important out.
What is William missing?
And fucking Ben's laughing at me because I can't say
I'm
it.
laughing because I feel like I'm missing.
Nick, what am I missing?
Thing. Yeah, what is William missing?
What was Walker told? He doesn't know.
No, I'm trying to put it into words that. So, recall how the mage described what happened. What did he think was the reason behind such an attack?
Oh,
I was garish. It was a garish attack. No, I don't think Walker's gonna mention that bit.
Nice.
It's honestly all the important parts. Nothing else really substantive concerning us.
Substantive, my garish ass. I'm going down there to have a fucking word with them about my property.
It's not a good idea, Owen.
You don't just sell your people's. I mean, we're Lenorian citizens as far as they know, for God's sake.
I get that, but they are clearly suspicious of you all.
Oh, fuck them. I want my fucking horse back.
Owen, think this through. Do you want to be incarcerated before returning home?
Walker, this is the kind of bullshit that has led to the creation of Garland. This is the kind of skullduggery that drove my people to break with this fucking country. I'll not have any of it.
Well, you'll have yourself incarcerated. Whether or not you like what's happened doesn't change what's going to happen if you go down there, or if any of you go down there. The fort is crawling with guardsmen, and they are wanting to question you.
So I'll answer their fucking questions. What are they going to do? Detain me forever because they don't think I'm telling the truth?
Yeah,
They might.
Detain you because they think
Literally,
you're
yes.
more than just associates with Evian,
How would they know?
because you showed up there with him.
What reason do they have to not believe what I say?
I don't think they would need a valid reason. They can just do what they want.
Unfortunately, that is how it is. Not that I'm agreeing that we shouldn't go, but
They have suspicions that Evian had allies when crossing, and they know one group of people who associate with him.
If they believe that he's already made the crossing and he's on the other side, then why would his allies still be here?
I don't want you to have to argue that to the Entier. The Entier.
I could argue it.
I don't want any of you to have to. Because I don't like how I see it ending.
Why are we putting our lives on the line for this?
What's that, Hannah?
I mean, this seems quite a precarious situation. Is there someone's life at stake? Is there something that we must do?
It's the principle of the thing. These people have blamed almost a dozen deaths on someone who is not responsible for them, and they have sold our property without just cause.
They really need the money. And at the end of the day, if we go and confront them, the people aren't gonna come back to life. You're just gonna create more problems for yourself. Maybe some more people will have to die.
I don't
Rather
think
not
anybody
be
died. I don't remember any of that. Did any of you?
Remember seeing his ship go up?
I specifically remember there not being 11 people on that ship.
If you ask me, it's a bullshit scheme. A propaganda stunt to get the people of Lenore pissed at Garland. just another lie in a long line of lies.
Whether it is or isn't, is making your point worth being locked up?
I don't see why they would do that.
I don't see why they wouldn't.
What exactly would you accomplish going down there and yelling at them?
Let me explain something to you, Ishri. My people are currently in a fight for their life, for their homes. Because these people, and Owen motions towards the fort, can't leave well enough alone. They can't leave us to our lives. They feel threatened because another nation, another country dares to exist in the same place as they do. It's not a matter of a horse or 5 horses. It's a matter of principle.
It's a matter of it's going to be harder for you to return if you're incarcerated at the fort. Oh, and this is the country that's been tightening laws for years just to get more people into the red band. The smallest infraction is enough to get you 2-5 years. And most people are going to want to shorten that. I don't see any way you don't get locked up if you go there.
And so what, my alternative is to traipse across the countryside, avoiding patrols everywhere I go?
No. There's still plausible deniability if you don't go. They only Evian is hunted.
Scoffs.
Evan is going to be hunted. It's how it is. He needs to be careful from now on. Even more so. His was the only wanted poster they gave me. He's the only one they said they've sent out. It seems that you're all not wanted, at least not yet.
But according to you, I'm going to be locked up if I go down there, even though I'm not wanted.
At this fort, yes.
All they have to do is think we're not being truthful and lock us up until they can get someone who can pry the truth out of us, like a soul strider.
Oh, well, I'll call my own fucking soul strider if they want to play that game.
Owen. There are bigger things at stake. If you get locked up, how are you going to help your family, your people?
How am I going to help them if I get captured? Going across Lenore to take a ship?
At least there's chances to hide, or find shelter, or disguises. But if you just march up to that fort, there's nothing to protect you.
Fort Siege is currently rife with activity. Guardsmen swarming it. They're on edge.
I don't see how any of this changes to the conclusions that we have already arrived at. If we don't go, they're going to be even more suspicious of us in general. Who's to say that in another week's time they don't put out bounties for all 5 of us?
Will we in a week almost be out of here? Or no, the ship comes in a month, right?
I thought it was a month.
It was a month.
I feel like going in there is not the smartest idea, Owen.
And neither was sneaking past a fort in order to get home. We did that anyway.
Well, either we leave now and there's a chance for you to go home and we can get rid of Lenore, or you go into this camp and get locked up. I prefer to choose a long game.
If you go, you would have to take Rom, Amari, and am I missing something? Fuck.
Me.
Liliana. If you go, you have to take Rom, Amari, and Liliana with you. If you go by yourself, it'll be suspicious. Taking them with you also puts them at risk.
I'd rather we just go.
We
You
are
can contact-
already at risk. It's done. It's happened. I don't see why it's such a bad thing to try and clear our names. Get what's ours back.
How long have you been here, Owen?
Bit more than a year.
And it's like Walker said, smallest thing gets you in shit ton of trouble. You think it's gonna go well.
Simon, I could not help the people of Dunrock when the Red Band came. I fled. I don't want to do that again.
But right now, I don't think you're fleeing,
Yeah.
and people need your help. It sounds like you're fleeing because you're. It seems. Is it just your pride? Because in the end, it doesn't really matter. And a couple of things that you're getting.
I mean, we clear your name, clear all this up, and then Simon looks down at his book. 2 years, Lenore's no more. And your name's cleared because it's run by Garland now?
Don't
What does this matter?
knowing Garland as I do, Simon, I don't think anyone in Garland has any interest in ruling over Lenore. That's
You
not
know what
the
I
point.
mean.
The Dragonheart Alliance, that would be invading Lenore itself.
Oh yeah. Either way, your name will be cleared. This one's a little bit more safer than the other. For the right now sake.
It's all bullshit.
More of a reason to get out of here.
You keep thinking on it. I'm gonna go hunting. We need more food if we're going to go anywhere. And with that, Walker leaves the funny cave.
You should ask to join again, so she can learn how to hunt out here.
Oh, Walker's not gonna stop her.
Yeah, she just tags along. She probably barely even asks at this point. Like, she just realized, like, if I ask, he's not going to say anything, so I might as well just come along.
So, Walker, you're heading off to hunt again?
Yeah.
Give me a survival check. Ishri as well.
Hey.
So, what is the plan for everyone else in this morning? You guys doing anything?
Owen is fuming.
Is
Nothing
the
from
steam
Marion.
visible?
As he does.
So while Owen fumes and everyone else prepares for the day, and whatever that may entail, Walker, you and Ishri head out.
Once we're a distance away, Walker's gonna say, "You know, Ishri, I won't forget what you said in that cave."
I mean, I've never before met someone who would be, well, it seems like you were willing to put a lot on the line for the sake of people who need to be saved. I'm not sure who they were, but it was shocking.
Either way, takes a lot of guts to say something like that while you're here in Lenore. I'll do my best to make sure you're not, well, taken in by the Intelier.
That would be nice. My concept of the being taken in is a little rough. Usually we just throw people out into the wilderness and they die. That's really what we do when people do things that are bad.
Think of it this way. You'll be taken in, put into a stone room, eventually shipped off down south and told to fight for your life against the people who never really did anything to you.
That is truly barbaric.
Describing war to someone who doesn't understand it sounds really horrifying.
I mean, yeah.
That's certainly a way to describe it.
Why?
Lenore's it's an interesting place. I don't know the exact reasons that Lenore's attacking Garland, but using prisoners isn't exactly an honorable means of battle, fighting, war, anything.
If it's so awful, why don't you just go somewhere where it's not? We'll actually care about each other.
Father's here.
You're capable. Worst case scenario, you just go into the woods and you kill what you need to survive. Why would you stay somewhere like this? Things are so barbaric.
Not everything is. I come from a little town called Dreswood. It's not too far away, less than a week's travel. A lot of bee farms there. Honey meat's great. All my friends are from there. My father's there. His business is there. It's where me and my brother were raised. Not everything's that bad.
He looks shocked. You would stand for this horribleness for the sake of these individuals?
I would do anything if it was for my family.
Huh. That is... Huh. Okay. It's just, it's not a concept I'm used to. And she, like a slight smile appears on her face, and then it kind of goes back to just kind of confusion, which has kind of been her primary emotion for the last, 24 hours, so.
Well, think about it this way. Everything that Owen's gone through just to get back to his family, his people. He's one man in a single man amongst a country, yet he feels the need to go back there to defend them. Well, man's not going to make a difference against the entirety of the Red Band, even if he has magic.
No, but
I thought about telling him that. Tell him that it's not worth it. It's not worth his life for something that's not going to change, but then I thought, if someone told me the same thing if I was trying to help my family. Walker shakes his head. I'd never listen.
It is very strange, I guess, to meet people with that mentality. I mean, could you not... It seems like there are many of you who see that this is a problem. Could you not... I don't know. I don't know.
What? Rebel against Lenore? Group that does something like that, but they're thought of as bandits, cultists. Thought of as evil.
I mean, who cares what they're doing is... Who cares what they're thought of? What they're doing is... fine.
Well, they don't exactly put on a good air about them. There was 8 of us traveling from one city to another, and they attacked us. We have no affiliation with the Lenorian government, outside of me being a bounty hunter. And that they saw fit to attack a lot of us. 2 people died in that fight. None of us, but it's 2 lives that aren't going to be coming back. All because they saw fit to attack a random group on the road. Their methods aren't exactly great. They seem to be very poorly managed. Scarily enough, they had access to an item that could have destroyed the closest 3 cities.
It's powerful to be in the hands of people who act like animals. I mean, I have seen a lot of what feels like random deaths. I mean, I know all of it is Riho's destiny for those, but it's behavior I'd more commonly associate with a monster. I've never heard of people really... Ugh.
That's one way to put it. People are capable of a lot of stuff, a lot of terrible things. You've heard us talk about Lakar before. That's where we met him. He hired us to assist him in getting the object from them. We ended up succeeding.
You did not level 3, is that right?
No. Well, Evian almost started to, but we caught him in time. Though, not on purpose, so I'll specify.
Good. I was a bit worried for a second.
No, the man's done some foolish things, but nothing like that.
Yes. Well, you all seem to be heading in a direction, at the very least, you think is for the greater good.
Well, I certainly try not to be evil.
It's the best we can do. It's strange.
Hang on, I think I see something. Yeah. Alright then, what do we find?
Over the course of your hunting, you get a couple of hairs and a small, what looks like a... At first, you're not sure. It kind of is hiding in the brush, but you are able to eventually get, after a couple of very decent-sized hairs, a decent-sized coyote as well.
Oh.
It's food.
Yeah, and it is. That it is. Is it fed? Like, does it look like is it like falling apart or?
Oh no, it looks like it's been probably hunting hares for a while.
Ooh.
And it's fully grown. It's not massive by any means, but between that and a couple hares, that's some good rations for a while.
I'll explain to Ishri how the coyote, while it's edible, won't be the best part of this hunt. That the hares are actually great eating.
I can tell it has a physiology more similar to that of a harpy, and the harpy doesn't really have that much food on it, so it's similar to that. I understand.
Predators typically aren't great to eat. And we return.
She will at one point as well, just like while you're walking, like maybe you've been quiet for like an hour, and she'll be like, Walker, you said horses, right? They wanted to acquire horses?
That was what they left at the fort.
She'll just nod. That's
And yeah, you guys eventually arrive back to the party. Was there anything you guys were doing while they were out hunting other than Owen, who is seething?
Scowling.
Okay. Owen is
Grimacing.
scowling and seething.
Brow extremely
Yeah,
furrowed.
Brow is so furrowed
Nope.
it will never recover. There is literal steam coming out of his ears.
It's like a sauna for everyone standing nearby.
Oh, that's
Mitchell,
gross. We're
if-
already in a sauna.
As they arrive back and you guys get back together, we'll go ahead and take a quick break. So, anyway. As you guys arrive back from your successful hunt, it is mid-morning, getting ever later into the day. What are you doing?
Butchering.
Does anyone else have anything they're doing?
Alex.
I mute her until she's done buttering her toast. Anyway, so, what are you guys doing?
I already
We're
said
still in
it.
the
Sorry.
shitty area, so. Simon would be just wrapping up his bedroll and just getting ready for the day. Did Owen make tea that morning? Actually, no.
There,
morning.
we have established that it is a bad idea to have a fire in this place. So
Touche.
unless you want cold tea, you can have.
We've never had the communication that Simon can literally make the water hot. Magic.
We don't need to know that. That's a conspiracy theory.
Oh, shit.
So, you finish butchering. You have 3 days worth of rations for the party out of all that.
So what's that? We have eight people right now?
Yeah.
8, 16, 24 rations. So I have 26 total on me. Excellent.
Yep. You're good for rations for a little while. It's gonna be a lot of meat, but hey.
That's alright.
Protein.
Whoever died from eating a little meat? No one answered that question.
I will never forget the documentary I saw about a guy who ate nothing but raw beef.
Stop
He
it.
was British.
Jesus.
It's great.
That
Anyway,
doesn't sound healthy.
so what are you guys doing? It is morning. The day is yours.
Well, are we gonna continue on, or Owen, are you still planning to march up to Fort Siege on your own and demand horses?
What are we going to do if we are found by a patrol? What then?
That is a good question. Very fair question.
Well, firstly, we're going to need something for Evian to wear so he's not easily recognizable.
I could also just stay. Since I am
Going to stay here in this
The-
cave?
and wait for you to return. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the hypothetical situation in which we abandon this venture and continue south.
Oh,
There's only one road.
I mean, do you have to actually travel on the road?
I mean, the
Could-
alternative is 3 days of traipsing through a fucking swamp.
I could follow off the road if you want.
That doesn't change the fact that we are now not wanted for questioning, but they want to question us. So if we are happened upon by a patrol that recognizes us on the road, which they now know we are supposed to be on, they're going to want to take us back to the fort anyway. And at that point, we have two choices. We go with them, or we kill them.
Is it going with them? Or the clearing the name ahead of time?
So, our options are as follows. I could escort the or of you to the fort, leaving Evian and Simon and Ishri here. When we get there, I collect 50 crosses, allow them to question you, maybe hang around and see what happens. At that point, you could either exonerate yourselves or be completely captured. And the mage made it sound like the former Antier is not a happy man, especially after what's happened. Or could fuck off, leave, head southwest, avoid the roads, avoid Arya. In that time, we can fashion something for Evian to wear so he's less recognizable. Throw away those, whatever he has now. Make our way over to Mazda Glen or Dreswood.
That still doesn't explain how we're going.
We have to go to the beach near Arya to see if Marco and the others are still there, or if Marquez picked them up.
That still doesn't explain what we're going to do if we get found by a patrol, or if Evian gets recognized.
We'd have to travel in the wilds. Avoid the road.
It's no Shadowfell, but I don't fancy 3 days travel through a swamp.
I understand that, but 3 days travel in the swamp won't kill us. Especially if we never have to return to the northeast of Lenore ever again. I can certainly think of worse things. Plus, once we're past Arya, well, that's the part of Lenore I know the best. We'll have no trouble navigating at that point.
And what about after that? Surely by then there'll be wanted posters for the four of us.
I think we should exonerate ourselves.
It's not a smart idea doing that. More than likely we'll get captured.
Well, if you do really want to go up there, give it another half day.
Oh, I intend to wait until tomorrow. At the very least, I can talk to Marquez and see where he is.
Even if they do arrest us, I don't think I'd want to go down without a fight.
Walker kind of fucking shoots Amari a look.
That's not the point, Amari.
Oh. He just kind of looks a little like he misunderstood and just looks away.
Well, regardless of what you choose, I'm not going.
It's going to be more suspicious if they're without you.
Then that's their decision to make.
Walker looks to Owen. I told him I met the four of you on the road.
I think it's a bad idea to go back.
Is this the sort of thing where you are likely to have consequences that are going to last beyond just 3 days in the swamp? Or...
Yeah.
Yes.
Either way, potentially.
But
then
at
maybe...
least if we don't go... Oh, sorry.
No, go.
But but at least there's a better chance of being able to run and escape if we don't go up there.
There's always a chance if you guys all go up there without Evian, they question you, they do some magic bullshit on you, getting the truthful answers out, figure out that you're just hiding shit, and boom, you're either stuck in there for a few years or you're dead.
You
Could just hold
don't
you.
know that.
I'm just saying that there's a high possibility that that can happen.
A lot of
There's
guards.
also a high possibility of running into a patrol somewhere along the line in the next month and having to kill them, because otherwise we're going to be brought in anyway.
Why do you have to kill them? Can't you just knock them out and then book it?
To where?
Arlen? The whole reason why we're leaving right now?
And where are we going to reside until the boat comes?
Scion's fort.
Yeah?
Yeah.
From the
Your
woods for a
uncle,
little bit?
Evian's father. Both of them are Scions.
You can directly talk to Marquez. We have everything set up. We can leave right now and be fine. Might have a few bumps in the road, but that's better than what could happen here.
No, you think we can leave right now. We don't know that until we can talk to Marquez.
Worst case scenario on there, if we don't get found on the road, is that Marquez is gone and we'll have to wait the month for his your original ride to go up.
And I'd say the worst case scenario is he just fucks off. It's just high and dry.
Suppose so. But after what we've done for them, I doubt they'll do that.
I would hope not.
Either seemed like dishonorable men to me.
If you're avoiding long-term consequences that may result in the death of others, maybe you should just go and get it over with.
That's what I'm saying.
And as I said before, if Liliana's not with you, it'll look even more suspicious. You'll have to come up with a reason why she's not there.
I'm good at thinking on the fly.
Well, why don't you think
Have
on the
a
fly
whole-
right now?
Have a whole day to plan. No reason to think on the fly.
She could have easily just went
Said-
back home.
Went back home through a marsh filled with alligators by herself, after having spent how much time with this group here in the wilds, hunting alligators, and then having their stuff stolen by Evian.
Mm-hmm.
And she has no desire to get that back.
Maybe she died? Those crocodiles look dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Lost
That
some of
too.
your supplies?
You guys can always just tell them that Evian died.
I've already told them that Evian stole their stuff and ran.
Well, that's out of the question then.
And they're under the assumption that Evian crossed the border with multiple powerful mages, and might be one himself.
If you guys want to go,
That's what they told you anyway. They might not actually think that.
it's a corrupt country. They're probably just lying to us. But if you guys think that the right way to do it, then by all means.
Believe it or not, they're circulating posters worth 50 to 250 crosses.
What magic could they have that would determine truth? and
Zone of
lies?
truth.
Wasn't there Soul Strider that
Don't it-
read your mind, Owen?
Zone of truth as well at this spell.
there was, but... And I know of such a spell, such magic. Is it available to all?
I mean, they could detain you
There
long
was-
enough to send for one.
There was that one time when Lokar, I think it's called Charmed Me. You might do that.
All I'm saying, they're gonna get the truth out of you guys. So
If
they
they
will
really
find
want.
out everything. And trust me, they want to. If you guys do choose to go, I would like to say goodbye just in case.
What are you gonna do, Simon?
What do you mean?
If they get captured, and you're here on your own? Or with Ishri? Evian?
Guess I stop home at Dreswood and try to find Lokar or oh gosh.
Do you have any way of contacting them?
No. It would take some time. I could probably find out methods though. If I just took some time to study. I would definitely leave Lenore as fast as possible. I actually would like to fight against Lenore. Maybe join the war, possibly.
She looks horrified.
I even know what I'm fucking do. Well, kind of looks down. Imagine he's still sitting in the spot where he was when he was butchering the rabbits.
Then you should join with me, Walker, but it's...
Fight Lenore? That's not really a battle I need to fight.
Simon shrugs. This country's taken a lot away from me.
Need to go talk to my father.
I'll come with you. Are you going with them when they turn themselves in?
Well, at least give them something. Rather than just showing up out of the blue, or for their horses. That the bounty hunter got the message to them, and was able to tell them where the somewhere where they could find out more information about their assailant.
So are we going or not?
That's up to Owen and I guess you, Amari. I
I'll
can't
go.
I can't say no. I have no say in this.
Yeah, you can't come.
I don't think Walker has a say in this either.
Well,
I'd
I
rather
mean,
know.
I could opt
Me too.
not, but I'm going to.
I say
At least to
no.
escort
but-
them there.
Amari looks to Owen.
Just
And,
Amari, did you say no? I'm sorry.
oh, I said I want to know.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Owen has been pacing, I guess. His
Like
scowl
walking back and
has,
forth.
yeah. His scowl has not left his face, and he seems to be trying. He seems to be thinking hard.
Brainstorming.
You don't have to escort us, Walker. We can just say that they know
It'll give you
about.
more credibility.
Mhm.
If I had met up with, and if you tell them I met up with you, it'd be weird that I didn't go to at least collect the small reward they promised.
That's right.
the bounty they promised. 50 crosses, anything to scoff at.
Besides, if we show up with Walker, he can lend credence to our story. Tell them once we knew that the Atelier were looking for us, we decided to come of our own accord.
Something, at least.
Just as a quick reminder for you guys, you probably shouldn't be bringing along anything valuable. Walker, you did say Evian stole things from them, correct?
Point. You should leave your coin with Ishri.
Coin, magical items.
Amari
of the like.
pulls the flower and his cup out of the bag and puts them on the floor.
Got time to set aside our thing. Have to be right now.
Is there a plan? What happens if this doesn't go well? If you don't come back with a certain amount of time? Is there someone we can talk to get you out? I mean, if you're wrongfully detained?
There's nothing that can be done.
If we're detained...
That's it.
They're just saying they're most likely dead.
That's it? We just give up?
I guess they're choosing...
Fort Siege might be empty, though, if that happens to me.
Walker's brow furrows heavily.
What exactly are you implying?
He was talking about what happened when the hag got killed.
She had a mark as well, and when she died, that's how we got sent to the Shadowfell. So, the assumption is, if I die, everyone around me will get sent to the Shadowfell.
They're not going to kill you, Amari. They have very little reason, unless they disbelieve our story, to detain us at all.
Let's bank on them believing it.
Again, they have reason enough to detain you long enough to get a Soul Strider and to find out whether you're telling the truth or not.
I think the longest I'll stay would be roughly 3 days. To wait for you guys to get out. And I think by that, I mean, I don't know what you're gonna do, Walker.
Well, I'll stick around at the fort for as long as seems appropriate. If they tell me to leave, there's nothing I can do to stay at that point.
What about your family, Rome? How much weight does that name carry?
Well, it depends on if they get involved, actually, or not.
I'm not talking about anything like that. Just the mention of the name seemed to buy you a lot in... what was the name of that town? Tybic Crest.
Up here? What do I think? Boss?
Oh, that's... Are in what context? Bribing people?
So,
or...
the question that I have is, if they start being pissy with us, if Rom becomes indignant with them and says, "Don't you know who I am? How dare you detain me unlawfully," is that a hindrance or a help?
Probably a net neutral. Probably not gonna really do much.
Yeah, that was about what I thought.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're probably... It'll be more of a they don't care than anything else.
Why wouldn't they care about that?
her family's not politically connected, per se. They're just
rich.
loaded. Unless it becomes a thing where they're willing to accept a bunch of money.
Well, I guess we can keep that in our back pocket.
Aren't, like, I mean, in a traditional sense, wouldn't a well-off family who is, as you say, loaded, like, I mean, most people don't just accumulate wealth for the sake of accumulating wealth. They use that wealth to either accumulate more wealth or accumulate power.
I mean, yes, but at that point you're going into lots of speculation that's kind of hard to do at a glance. At a thought. Like, maybe while you're captured, they're like, yeah, maybe she is. Let's send a fucking letter and see what happens.
And then we're all fucked.
Yeah.
Possibly. I don't fucking know.
Based on what the story that Walker has presented, Owen's a smarter guy than I feel like Nick is, or at least a more intuitive guy. Does he feel like this is a really bad idea?
Based on the context and what you guys have learned and what Walker has said...
Walker here.
Give me an insight check.
Are you sure it's not going to be blind?
Yeah, give me a blind insight check.
Nick, I'd like to formally apologize for my transgressions. Everything I've ever done to you.
Do you change it after you click on insight or before you click
before.
You click blind roll at the bottom right,
and then you roll it.
Insight.
Blind.
Alright, so...
Is it bad?
I gotta figure out how to phrase. I can't say if it's good or bad.
I want to know.
That'll be the after dark, after we make our decision.
That'll be after dark in a month when this decision either backfires or flies swimmingly.
Nick,
it seems like, based on their reactions to Walker and what they're looking for, they seem to really want to find Evian, though obviously they have not spoken of him by name. And they seem to be pinning everything on Evian and whoever's with him. Whoever was with him when he attacked. Assuming that they do believe that he escaped, being on this side of the border and showing up is a pretty fucking good alibi for we weren't working with him.
So... Again, with the caveat of assuming that they believe our story, which, again, I feel is pretty credible, right? I mean, obviously they're gonna, like, separate us and make sure the story's consistent, you know, that's a given. But it doesn't... Because, like, from Simon's mouth, it seems like he is writing the people who go into the fort off. That's what I'm hearing.
What?
Simon was definitely writing himself off if he goes into the fort, but...
No, Simon, I mean, correct me if I'm putting words in your mouth, Logan, but I'm pretty sure he said, let me say goodbye, just in case things go bad.
Oh yeah, Simon
that
thinks
was the thing
it's
Simon
like,
said.
you guys are fucking gone.
Yeah.
Simon thinks you're goners.
But, no, it definitely seems like being on this side is a pretty good alibi when they're convinced that Evian escaped, and... They don't have the context of knowing why someone will want to escape and come back a week later, which is, in the context of what they know, really weird and wouldn't make any sense. So, being back in the country is a pretty good alibi.
I'd like to put a thing forward here real quick as an aside. I really hope Marco and Marquez ganked that investigator. That would really help make this story really land and not get us fucking wanted posters in like a week. Or in like a month. In like a month or two.
For the sake of brevity, Owen will explain the brief conversation we just had to at least Rom and Amari.
I gotta go. Good night.
When you put it that way,
But
oh, did we lose a bean?
Yeah, she said
Okay,
you had to
yeah,
go
we
and say
lost a
goodnight.
bean. All right. When you put it that way, I mean, it would be more suspicious if we didn't show up.
Exactly.
Like I said, I'll escort you there. But I'll worry while you're inside. For now, let's give it another night at least.
Alright. So, you guys have the day to yourselves to do whatever needs to be done. You have any plans? Anything you need to do?
I had all the conversations I wanted to have this session. I feel accomplished.
Shortly after noon, maybe an hour or two after, as you guys are in your camp working on your various things, Walker, I assume, working on more bolts to stock up, getting
some more specialty bolts together with any extra filings he has.
Getting yourselves organized and such, making sure to draw this conversation out and make sure that you're, you all have the same story.
Nick, you should write that story just to be safe.
I'm really trying here,
Owen,
buddy.
you hear a familiar voice in your head.
Good.
Oh! Oh, fuck.
How are things going? Have you found a way back yet? I hope that you're okay. I'm sorry I could not get to you sooner.
Can I convey emotion with if I give up some words, can I convey emotion?
Hang on, can I help you on this one, Nick? Hang on, let me just move my mic a little bit.
You can definitely.
Here-
I am open.
here's
to
your first word.
suggestions.
Make that your first word.
I mean,
Okay, hold on. Made it back. Or hold on. Ritual.
God, I love card.
worked. Made it back.
Oh.
Everyone.
He just got up from a long rest. That's why I had to wait till now to do it.
That's awesome.
He sleeps till fucking 2 in the afternoon.
I bet he does.
I wish that was me.
He fucking, when he's not on the job, he has to get his fucking long rest every night so he can sending all of his friends.
Oh my god, Lacar's like on his little sending phone, chatting up all morning.
Made it. He does that thing where he like wakes up and the first thing he does is reach for his phone to see if he has any DMs.
No, he uses like an old school like cord phone, he twirls the cord.
Oh my god.
Like sitting on his stomach, legs kicking in the air behind him.
Oh god.
Late at night.
He totally has a fucking... I want you guys to see his bedroom because it just canonically got the frou-fruiest fucking bedspread ever.
Oh
Might
shit. Real satin.
With
Real wool.
And tell you. Okay, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
then just scream for the last 4, maybe?
Hang on. Can I recommend as the last 4? Fuck yeah, Owen out. Or rock on, Owen out. Something like that.
2 of them conveying the concept of putting on sunglasses.
And then like a yeah, like prolonged yeah. Hang on, can the words be really fucking long then if it's just one word?
Okay, alright, here we go, I got it.
How many hyphens can you put in? Does that count as 2 words or 1 word?
Owen he has been sort of hunched over a piece of parchment with probably, it's not a quill, it's probably like a piece of charcoal or something, like, trying to hash out ideas, thinking very hard. And then he hears this voice in his head and he kind of like straightens up and he responds, I'll post it in game for, in case there's a discrepancy. And I miscounted, but he responds back in a few moments. Ritual worked, made it back to Lenore. Everyone okay? Thank you for helping. We'll tell you the story sometime. Might be in trouble with Antelier. I think I spelled Antelia wrong, but...
No, you got it right. A couple of moments go by. And you get back... Like, you can almost hear the clap as he's like, Wonderful! I was not expecting that so soon, but that is good. If you'd like, we can meet in Starshore. No, I don't know where you are. Meet there when you get there.
Oh, fuck.
He said, meet there when you get there?
Yeah. The implication being you can tell him when you get there because he knows you have the ability to.
Okay. Fuck. How much do I tell him?
Tell him about the war.
Give me a few moments to compose my response.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
boy.
Based on, like, you're insightful enough to know he's not really expecting anything with this response. He didn't want to leave the conversation unfinished.
Right.
That would be rude.
Guy. What a guy! Hannah, what session are you up to listening?
I think today, I think I got through 4, and then I also listened to like 23, 24, and 25 or something random like that.
What the fuck? Hang on, I need to check the podcast app so I can see which fucking sessions those were. You said 24, 25?
I don't fucking know. My phone is somewhere. That is the actual.
Those were like the ones when we were on our way to the Shadowfell.
Yeah, I wanted to get caught up on where you guys.
While also getting caught up on the entire context of the party.
God damn it! Fucking then, whatever it is doesn't have the old sessions still.
I was hoping it would reduce the number of in-game questions that Ishri had, and we could skip over some of them, but apparently that's not working, because we have to explain simple things like sun and alligators. So.
It's fun, though! That's a fun thing. It was funny when you asked, so there are horses over there? And Walker's like, yeah. And you didn't even ask what a horse was. Oh, shit. Just assuming it's another funny animal.
Yeah, you'll see one day.
So it's a short reply, again, with the same purpose of, not like just leaving the conversation. Owen responds with, all right, lots to tell you. New developments with the war. Hopefully going home soon. And that's it.
And with that, you guys have the rest of the day to rest, recuperate. You're not going anywhere?
Nope.
Just spending all day working on bolts and whatnot.
So, spending the rest of the day and night resting means that, come morning, the next morning, as you guys rest for an incredibly long time, you complete an almost 24-hour long rest.
Feels good.
Hang on, pressing the button. Boom.
Oh, it must feel good.
Hang on. I'm gonna press another button here.
I didn't get...
Oh, that's so good. That's even one less person I have to send. Yes.
It's very convenient.
So
effective 44 HP.
With that, as you awaken to a new day, back at the camp outside of Fort Siege, ready to put your plan into motion, as you finish a day of rest that has been desperately needed after spending so much time going through hell, this first time where you truly have felt safe while resting, probably since you were in Fort Siege. And as things go as they do, with this new ally of yours slowly learning the rules of this strange new place, gonna go ahead and end tonight's session. Hot damn. Fucking long rest. Good job, guys.
So,
There's a
someone
plan,
say-
and things are happening.